Okay, enough with the music. Enough with the music, guys. Welcome to our evening show. I used to do this show years ago, by the way, when I first started. When I first started, I used to be a very good YouTuber, a dedicated YouTuber. So I used to do three shows. One of the shows was Let Me Cook, where I used to cook a lot of people, used to cook a lot of channels. And then one of the shows was Sunday Blues, which we used to gather on Sunday. And the reason why I used to do it on Sunday late night is because I have a lot of American friends. There's a lot of people from America. That was the other one this side over here, Kilster. And I had Carl. I had
Big up America.
Yeah, Big America. Then I also had Veta, who is from Canada. So I had a lot of Americans. So I had to do a show in the evening because they all wanted to gather. But welcome to the show, guys, and welcome to all the guys who are from Never Foul. It's
Vader's
too
a little
late.
busy right now.
It is.
He's on another show.
It is. So if you were from Never Far, just drop a like. Drop a like. It's gonna be a lot of city stuff. So just drop the like. And if you feel like I don't want to hear any city stuff, you can go to bed. If you want to stay, you can stay. It's gonna get mad here. There's a few people or frauds who come in late. But if they don't come in, it's gonna be me and Kilkster. And then those frauds will be complaining later on that why didn't I get a link to this? So anyway, obviously, at the end of the day, we have to start with Gibbs White. Whether we like it or not, it looks like it's inevitable. I'm going to send you the link, look, in a few minutes, but it's inevitable.
Luke is busy right now. He's on Mancunian Way.
Easy. I didn't know that. But anyway, it looks like it's inevitable.
Everybody's on Mancunian Way right now.
Is that where they are?
No. He's on Mancunian Way. Huang's on Mancunian Way. Vader's on Mo's channel.
No, that's fine.
I'm just a stalker, apparently. I just know where everybody is at all times. So.
Wait. How do you know where everybody is? Are you stalking people?
I'm stalking everybody. I'm the new stalker.
I see you got your hair done. At least you got a hair done for my channel.
No, I washed my hair. I didn't get it done.
Yeah, okay.
I'm getting it done in a couple weeks.
Yeah. So what do you think? It looks like here is the article. Man City plan to advance on Morgan Gibbs the Goat White deal in the next next weeks as he remains one of the priority targets. No issues expected on personal terms, but work to do with Nottingham Forest as they still hope to keep Morgan Gibbs White. So it looks like, whether we like it or not, whether we've made fun of it, whether some of us have doubted it, or say, okay, we don't really want to do this, it looks like Gibbs White is coming to Man City. Have you accepted it yet yourself? Because I haven't heard from you in a long time on it. Like last time we did a show, we only just glazed on it a bit and said, okay, we joked about it. Say if it comes. But I think deep down inside, let me not lie, I didn't want. I can't. If I was a sporting director, you give me a list of players to pick up in the Prem, I don't think Morgan Gibbs White would be at the top of my list. Maybe he'll be number 5-ish, but he wouldn't be top of the list. Well, okay, let me ask this from another angle, right? Because today I had a bit of a back and forth with somebody on Twitter. It's one of my friends anyway, to be honest. So that I know who they are.
Which fraud is it?
Yeah. So he was saying, "Oh, Patrick, can you give me footballing reasons why you don't want Gibbs White?" So I said, I don't know. I just think that this brother is just pace and power. As CB said on the other show, black dye guys, black dye merchants are the ones that are famous these days. You know, like the spray, then you line yourself up. He says he doesn't like them. But anyway, he said, give me footballing reasons. I just said, I don't think this guy is a player. I would sit down and say, okay, this is who we're going to rely as a midfielder. Am I wrong? What do you think yourself? Like, let me ask you, is there footballing reasons why you don't want this fella? Or it's the name Gibbs White? Or it's that thing where you told me privately saying, oh, sometimes we look like we're scraping, that the top level English talent don't seem to want to come here.
Yeah, I do stand by all that I've said. I don't think England really have any elite players. There's a select handful. I think we have Foden. He's elite. I think Declan Rice is elite. He rejected us. I think Saka's elite. He's not coming to City. Harry Kane is at the end of elite, but he's still elite right now. We don't need him. And despite him being kind of a fraud, Jude Bellingham is still an elite player. He rejected us. So we're looking to rebuild our squad, and we have to go within these rules of this homegrown quota. And so, yeah, I really don't have a problem with Morgan Gibbs White. He's not going to be a superstar for us, despite you thinking he's going to win the Ballon d'Or next season. But I think I think he could be a good player for us. I don't really have any hatred towards him like some people do. The idea of him being a 10 is a little alarming, but I think he could be a very quality 8 for us. And that just makes me wonder why we signed Nico Gonzalez. Why did we spend 60 million on Nico Gonzalez if we're just going to bring another 8 in? Because from what I've heard, Nico is better as an 8. So yeah, we'll just see. But it is a squad game. We have a lot of games in the season. What is it? 70 games plus. So we're going to need players, and we need somebody who can run our midfield, be an engine for our midfield. Bernardo's legs are going. I think they've been gone for 2 seasons, but he still plays every game. So he's going to have to go. I think if you have Bernardo and Morgan Gibbs White in the same squad, it's a little redundant. So I would get rid of Bernardo and bring Gibbs White in. Why not? Maybe it'll help Foden improve his form because they're like buddy. I think Gibbs White is like his son's godfather or something like that. So yeah, bring him in. I don't have a problem with it. You're on mute, buddy. Yeah, I'll just keep waxing poetic about him. Yeah.
No. Don't worry. I'll come back through. I was just
He's getting the frauds on the stream.
No.
My dishwasher's beeping at me. I should go check on it somewhere.
No. So screw the people. I like going like this, and then I prove my point that I don't want to be inviting people if they mustn't bother me if they are not here. What was I about to say? I was like, look, at the end of the day, maybe you're right. 25, but he's 25 years old, turning 26, is he? And maybe look at him. He's a captain, and we wouldn't say like he's not carrying Forest like Jack Grealish carried Aston Villa. Because let's think about this. Let me even ask you from another point. When you looked at Jack Grealish, right, as a football player, Kelster, I don't know if you watched Villa, but remember everybody was raving about Jack. Nobody's raving about Gibbs White. Jack Grealish, when we got him, he was one of the English players that you want to get in your team. That's no lie. Look, at the end of the day, whatever's happened to Jack in the Prem with us as a team, it's happened. It is what it is, right? But Jack Grealish was one of the players that everybody was after. Spurs wanted to get him for I think 15 million or something, and they didn't go through. But everybody was after Jack, and Jack was actually more of a baller and carrying Aston Villa. I don't see Forest saying, "Oh, it is him, Gibbs White, who carries them." No, he's not even the Jack aura, like the aura Jack had at Aston Villa. This is why I keep telling people, even though some people are glazing him. And do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny about all this? If you want to know that something is shit, and I'm going to be honest here, if you want to know that something is not that great, a lot of people always make excuses and always want to put some icing on it. Have you noticed that about Gibbs White? There's PR. No offense, right? And I'm not trying to be a dickhead here, or I'm trying to be a bit heartless. I have seen a lot of PR now from a lot of accounts. I don't know if you've seen. They have started
there's some extraordinary glazing out there.
I know there's a few things. I look at him. He's a nice person. He's doing charity work. He's doing this. I was like, what does that have to do? Like, what are you trying to sell us? Like, if Gibbs White is that good to the people who are glazing him, if Gibbs White is the guy, why don't you just tell us it's the guy who's going to prove you wrong? But you are giving us PR. You are telling us about the fact that when he was 17 years old, he played with Ford and they were linking. When he was this age, he was a wonder kid. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And you know what? I hope I'm set wrong, because I hope I'm set wrong. I know I've been posting about him, all the throwing I've been doing about him, but
speaking of glazing,
yeah. And then deep down inside, I'm like, why Gibbs White? Why Gibbs White out of all the people? And if you want a midfielder, why don't you get these other midfielders out there in the world that are ballers? And if you want English quarter, why don't you get a fullback?
Yeah.
Why don't you get fullbacks?
Andy Robinson.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Anthony Robinson is homegrown.
Get a fullback or get a second keeper who's English. And by the way, how many English people are you going to get rid of? Like, how many English people are we getting rid of? Because we've got marketing,
we could potentially get rid of 3 in the window. We could get rid of Jack, Calvin Phillips, and Kyle Walker.
Yeah, but we've got Nathan Ake. We've got Jack Grealish. We still have
Well,
market.
now there's all these rumors that we're going to get rid of Stone somehow. I was like, I don't know how because of his wages and his injuries.
But let's count it.
So in theory, we could get rid of 5.
Okay, so we've got Foden, Oscar, Bob, right? They're English. They're the 2 English players, and then we've got Nathan Ake. Who else do we have?
John Stones.
No, John Stones is leaving then.
Ooh, I'm blanking right now. McAtee technically, but he's probably leaving, so I don't know if we want to count him.
We've got Scott Carson, obviously, who's
also Scott Carson. He at some point he will retire and go away.
So basically, okay, so it's John Stones, Kyle Walker, Phillips, who was already thrown out. Phillips, McAtee. So that's 4, isn't it? That's 4 players. How many are you supposed to? Ken Dog, how you doing?
Maximum. I don't think that there's like a minimum or maximum for homegrown. I just know that there's a maximum of 17 for foreign. And based on what I've heard, we have 16 slots, foreign slots, out of 16. But that's not counting Doku or Guardiola or Husanov, who are young enough to not qualify this season for some odd reason because they didn't turn 22 before January or something. I don't know. But I've been told that they have to, all 3 of them have to count next season. So if that's the case and you're only losing De Bruyne, then it would be what, 15 players? No, you'd have 18 players for 17 slots. So you're going to have to, I think you have to get rid of the foreign players first. Like that's the issue. Because everybody that we want to sign this summer is all foreign. So there's going to have to be some give and take. And you're going to have to just accept like lower quality English players because.
But why? But
and there's just no elite. My whole issue is there's just not a lot. We're looking for the best of the best elite players. And I just don't think the English game has them right now.
So, but why Gibbs White? Why not a keeper, a second keeper in English?
That's a good question. I keep hearing that Pep loves Gibbs White. They've been chasing him for a long time, but I heard the same thing about Nunez. I heard the same thing about Nico Gonzalez, and right now Nico's on the bench, and Nunez has been described by Pep Guardiola as not being good enough in the midfield and is now playing as a right back.
Yeah, but
I don't know if I trust any of this. Oh, we've been scouting them for a long time.
Yeah, this scouting Gibbs White or Pepper's wanted him for a long time. I haven't heard it from a reliable source. That's what I'm saying.
Well, because we're about to sign him. So, like you said, there's the PR. It's like, oh, we've been looking at it for years.
There's glazing PR.
I heard today that Viana wants him a lot too. So
from where?
Maybe that's it. Maybe they just want somebody who can run up and down. We're not going to be relying on him to score a lot if he's an 8. We're just going to be kind of. We'll have Marmoush and Holland and Foden and Rodri.
Can I ask something? Ken Dog, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, boss. I'm here.
Dog, I want to get answers because I think people are glazing Gibbs White a bit too much. And I know, look, I don't mind if he shows up, but there's this PR. There's a lot of PR and that people are trying to convince us instead of trying to tell us that okay, he's a good player. There's more convincing, which in the past I've heard that if you try to convince somebody, that means you're trying to sell somebody shit. You know what I mean? You're trying to sell somebody shite. So do you think out of all the 8s, it says, oh, he's gonna play as a number 8. There's a lot of 8s in this world, man. Ken Dog, is Gibbs White the best number 8 out there to get for City? I don't know.
No.
I'm lost. That's what I'm saying. Even as a number 10. Okay, what's your opinion on this? How do you see it?
It's a strange one. It's just too much money. I get it if it was like 40 mil, like Calvin Phillips, and then if it works out, happy days. If it doesn't, it is what it is, and we shake hands and go other ways in this. But I can't justify spending 100 million on a player that potentially could be good. That's not good enough. I need. I'd rather get Warden in, or you know what? That's the perfect one. Eze is going out of contract in summer, so he will cost nothing. So I don't understand why City would not take Eze for free and then get Wharton in for 80 mil. I would rather do that. And they're both English, so that makes it even better. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Do you know what? I play rather Nico Gonzalez ahead of Morgan Gibbs White.
This is what I'm saying. Isn't he a number? Isn't he a number? What was again? A number.
He's an 8.
Number 8.
It's a number
Nico's
8.
an
So
8.
what? So why not play him?
Exactly.
Why did we spend
And-
60 million on him to not play him? Nobody's answering me that question. I just don't get it. I feel bad for Nico.
Yeah,
He
you're
came
right.
in and I think he really helped turn our season around. He fixed a lot of problems in our midfield, and now he's being benched. I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. There's this is what I'm saying. Other people are telling me Nico is an 8. So why don't we just play Nico as the 8? I think Nico is the better talent than Gibbs White. I'm sorry, it's just there's a lot of glazing, unnecessarily double glazing. Okay, look, Gibbs White is okay. Gibbs White is Gibbs White at the end of the day. Okay, let's get it. Okay, he's coming to do the job you're telling us to. But you're trying to convince me a lot. Some of you guys are going to the extreme. What about Kevin? Kelvin, what do you think of this Gibbs White guy? Because now it's turned from, he won't play number 10. What if he comes to play number 10? Who's told you that he's going to play number 8? Who started this rumor that he's coming to play number 8?
How is he going to play number 10? Is he a 10?
Yeah, he is a 10.
What the fuck?
He played 8 at Wolves for a while, but at Forest he's been playing as a 10. But the ITKs and the I know inside tax are saying he's coming as a number 8, but I think it's just the way to back him up over that. This is the reason why he's coming.
Are you telling me it's the replacement for KDB?
No,
I don't know what it's coming for. Yeah, but that's
KDB is a 10, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the youngster. Which reliable resource has told us that he's coming into play as 8? None. It's just people who are ITKs.
So okay,
David Ornstein said he was coming in to be a De Bruyne.
Okay.
That's what set everybody off.
Okay, Kel, if you are paying 100 million for a player, right?
Stuff like over here?
And you're telling me he's not a KDB replacement and he's playing same position as KDB when it comes, that's what people say, right? So who is not? How much are we going to pay for KDB replacement? Can you tell me? If you are paying 100 million for,
supposed to be the KDB replacement?
Because he's playing as a 10. And so KDB plays as a 10. So basically KDB is going and he's coming. So basically it's KDB replacement, isn't it? Or are we buying 210?
Well, we kind of need a Gunner replacement too. We need like an 8 who's going to be there for a few years.
So basically he's an 8 then. So we should just forget about the 10.
The problem is that we still have 3 players in front of him.
Yeah, but who has said...
Unless you're going to get rid of Gundogan and Kovacic and Bernardo, there's no room for new players.
Okay, let me ask a question. Who has, I repeat again, Ornstein, right, Kelvin? Ornstein, who is like reliable, said it's between Wirtz or Gibbs White looking as the replacement for KDB. That's Ornstein, who's reliable. Okay. Ever since then, none of the reliable resources have told us that this guy is coming as a number 8. Do you know where I've heard about number 8? Spaces and certain places.
But who are the people in the spaces? A bunch of KFAs?
I don't.
Who's in spaces? A bunch of no fuck-alls? Like, who are these people?
That's what I'm saying.
They go on Twitter and they're like, "Oh, he's signing." No, he's not.
He doesn't even create. All he got is he got work rate.
He's got 6 assists or 5 assists or something.
He don't create because I watched him, but it's good though. His work rate is like exceptional, but that's all he got. He have no skills. I don't know how to explain. It's not that I don't want him to come, but it can't be my GOAT replacement. That's what I'm worried about. It cannot be my GOAT replacement.
I said it on the channel. He reminds me of an NPC. You know what an NPC is in a video game?
Yeah.
He reminds me of when you start the video game, they give you a player. They give you the basic one, then you have to customize. He just reminds me of a basic player. But at the end of the day, the double glazing,
he can't shoot. His passing is not that great. His long passing is not that great. No short passing. So I don't know. I'm not saying I don't want him. So I don't want people to think I say I don't want. But I just want who is he our first option or second or third? That's all I care about.
I don't know. People keep telling me that Wirtz is the option, but I haven't even seen the reliable resources.
Oh God! Don't ask Mateus's opinion.
Patrick, to be honest, Patrick, I think, like I said, for the right amount, I'm happy to have him. Like I said, like max 50 mil. 50 mil, no problem.
But they'll ask for
Anything
70.
above 50 mil is telling me that he will be a starter. Why would you go and spend 70 to 100 million if he doesn't start? It just makes no sense. It's not going to happen.
But
So
they said that apparently we are paying 70 million. 70 million for him.
He's gonna be
what is it?
70 mil.
The
He's
question,
English. Remember, he's English, so there's English tax.
the big question is, as well, especially with all this FFP, is what is the arrangement on the payments? If it's over 5 years and we're paying 10 mil a year, happy days, no problem. But if they want 60 mil up front and then the rest in installments, then no. We need to, you know what I mean? We need to do the right things.
I don't know. I just feel like the more this goes, I think. Look, at first I was joking around with it, but I was like,
Yeah,
maybe I was
but
like, there's 50-50. But that's what I'm saying,
I
Kelvin.
thought
Nobody reliable has told us that it's not Gibbs White is gonna be the 10. It's just people, normal people like us, who've said, oh, it's gonna be an 8. But who told you? Anyway, Prophet, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Do you have any comments on Gibbs shite before we move on? I want us to move on.
I thought he was the GOAT winning the Ballon d'Or.
Listen,
You have to learn from now.
what is he coming to do? Is he going to play? Where in midfield is he going to play? Because I can't imagine that he's going to come, rock up at City, start to play in
He's gonna be
midfield
box.
while Phil Foden has been at City for quite a while. Can't get a look in to midfield. Does he have pauser? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, what does this mean for Foden? If we're signing Florian Wirtz and Gibbs White, is Foden just going to be stuck on the wing forever?
yeah, he's gonna be stuck on the wing. Trust me.
What are we doing with Foden?
So the story is Foden
And
needs to decide.
and Prophet, isn't Foden a better number 10 than Gibbs White on his best day? Foden is a better number 10 than Gibbs White.
Of course, he's a better number 10 than Gibbs White, Patrick. Way better
So
than him.
doesn't mean he's
like
a great 10.
But it's like Patrick. You know when you live like if let's say Gibbs White 1-on-1 with the keeper, that guy can never shoot on target. I don't even think if you guys watch him. At least if he's playing number 10, at least give me like 12 goals a season, 13, 15 goals a season. Like 12 and some assists, right? But you guys are not thinking one thing, right? KDB is going. Like, and no one is talking about that. KDB is going. The division of KDB, right? I don't want anybody exactly like him, but I just want someone closer to him, a little bit. It's not Gibbs White. How's he gonna play? It don't move me as a player, but I don't mind his work rate. But it don't move me as a player. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't get it. I'm gonna go back to Prophet. Prophet, you hear this thing? I keep hearing work rate. I keep hearing this. Who cares about
it is madness? No, but it is madness. If we want work rate, we could have used Nunes in midfield. So what is his work rate? And I don't think he's not technical. And Morgan Gibbs White is
a wasted signing.
Based on what I've seen, it is madness. But guess what? Who to tell? Maybe he comes in and he's on fire. So guess what? If that happens, I'll wait and see. But my initial feeling on Gibbs White is, I'm not seeing it. If he's gonna come in and play number 10, then Foden needs to hand in a transfer request because it doesn't make any sense. Has he ever played number 8 before? I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me.
Isn't Foden an 8 from the academy? Isn't that his best position? And he can't even get a sniff after 8 seasons.
He's always been a 10, but he's only Pep who said playing him as a winger, I think so. So Pep moved him there to obviously to.
He might have to put a transfer request in.
Can I ask something? Foden has been young player of the season a few times. I've never seen Gibbs White be young player of the season, unless I'm wrong. Foden has been player of the season. No, Gibbs White has never even done half of that. This is even. Do you know what? I even go far as saying is, I know some people get touched when I say this. I would rather put my stocks in Echeverry playing as a 10 than bring Morgan Gibbs White. It's just even Nunes. I'm sorry. Do you know the funny thing is, I'm going to go there today. I think some people are going there with Morgan Gibbs White. I'll go there with Nunes. Kevin, Wasn't Nunes one of the best midfielders in the league? People were glazing him, saying if we want him at Liverpool, want him everywhere. All of a
Definitely.
sudden, yeah.
Yeah.
So if we were looking at Nunes, wasn't Nunes Gibbs White was at Wolves? I used to look at Nunes as the player. So you're telling me that all of a sudden, just because Pep wants Gibbs White and Gibbs White is at Forest and Forest are number 4, about to border the top 5, by the way, all of a sudden he's clear of Nunes. I still think Nunes is a better player than Gibbs White. I think this Gibbs White thing is just that Pep obsession he had seasons ago, where he said he wanted an English quarter in there. No, he wanted an English backbone. Those rumors that he wanted Madison, he wanted Rice, he wanted all of them in there. Maybe that's what he wants.
That's just the rules of playing in England. You have to have
Yeah,
a certain amount of English or homegrown players.
You can get a keeper, though. You can get a keeper.
You can get someone else, yeah.
What's that keeper's name in there?
Anthony Robinson.
What's the name of that keeper that played for Burnley? What's his name?
Trafford.
Yeah, you can get him.
Yeah, or you
Anthony
can get
Robinson. Get him as a fullback. We need a left back because I do not want to watch Joshua Guardiola play as a fucking left back.
Patrick, you remember 2 years ago that you wanted Robinson?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I still want him at City. I still want him at City. I think he was still good. Do you know that he's got the highest assist as a fullback in the league so far?
Wow, that's
yeah. Oh, by the way, okay, so let's go towards the fact that obviously we're done with the Gibbs White guys. We've said all our opinion, unless somebody else has got another opinion on Gibbs White. Anyway, if you sign for City Gibbs White, big up to you. I hope Rodri talks to you again.
All I gotta say is, if you sign Gibbs White, you need to get rid of Bernardo because they're the same player. And if Bernardo's still here, he'll play all the minutes, so he has to go.
So why are they gonna pay 70 for Gibbs White?
Because if you need to fill that slot.
Do you see why it's
you do need to we're actually rebuilding the midfield. You need to bring some midfielders in.
But there's ballers out there, Kelster. Ballers. I've seen ballers.
Are they English? We need English players too, but I don't know. A lot of the ballers don't want to come to us. Jude didn't want to come to us. Declan Rice didn't want to come to us.
Who has fed you that it's Nobody wants to come
to our midfield when you have Rodri setting you up and you can feed it to Erling Haaland. I don't get it. Why are these top midfielders like putting in transfer requests saying, I want to go feed the ball to Erling Haaland for 10 years. I will rack up assist numbers like nobody's business.
Yes.
I don't get what's going on. Is it the manager? Is it they're like, oh, he's not going to play me in the midfield because Gundogan and Kovacic are in my way? Like, why are these top midfielders avoiding our club when we have Erling Haaland as the focal point to feed to for 10 years? I don't get it.
Sideways and backwards football. So maybe that is the problem.
Well, whose fault is that? Is that the players or the manager?
That's up to Pep. But hey, new season is going to be up on us. And I've heard from the gatekeepers that it's going to be a new season, new style coming in next season. So let us see.
I hope he play
attacking. These old guys are still here. There will be no new style. We pass backwards FC again.
Get rid of all of them. If Gundo cover they are still here, it's going to be slow style next season. Still no new style.
It is, and you know that's what it brings me to this. It brings me to let me type this first, guys. Put up the likes, man. Put up the likes, and as I said, guys, it's mostly City talk. We're gonna touch on other clubs in a few minutes. For me, guys, I'm going to tell people one thing. I think Kelvin knows because he's known me for a long time. Do you know the reason why I started this channel? I've said it multiple times. I've said it to a lot of people, and I don't know why people don't understand. The reason why I started this channel is every time there's only one individual, one individual I think I remember who used to bring me on their channel. The name is Ray. He used to do Ray Fan TV, City Fan TV. Ray. That's the only individual who brought me on their channel. Most of the people, when you ask them to come on their channel, they used to just ghost you and tell you that they'll send you a link. I'm not gonna mention names. So I think because I was on Ray's channel, and Ray is very outspoken, he just says it how it is.
He's talking about Daps.
Yeah, no, not Daps, not Daps. Daps is my.
That's your buddy, man.
Daps came after. Daps came way after. He came on my channel. I remember the first time we did tactics with Carl. But I'm saying, I started this channel because I saw a lot of people. I think they didn't want me on that channel when they watch Ray's channel because I just say the truth. If somebody asks me something, I just say. So now I'm gonna speak the truth.
Who got noise in the background? Who's that?
It's Mateus. His babies are doing Karate Kid.
I'm on mute, and I've
yeah.
got no one shouting in the
Okay,
background.
good. So anyway, we're gonna go into this before we say why City finished second. We're gonna jump to why is the fan base divided, and the reason why. I'm gonna start with Prophet because Prophet has been talking about division in the fan base. First of all, I'll speak on this. There's gatekeepers in this fan base, and the gatekeepers sometimes will, when you tweet, they'll come and tell you that you know more than Pep. I like that one because at the end of the day, we don't, because I could have been a manager, so I'm not a manager, so you can hold that. But guess what? I am. I'm a fan, and I have my own Twitter. So if you don't like my Twitter, and follow me. So basically, there's a division in this fan base. There's the gatekeepers. There's the people who they'll glaze Pep no matter what, and they don't care. And then there's the people who say Pep fucked up this season. We need to question him. And there's the people who say Pep out. And then there's the people who are in between saying, I don't know if Pep has to be out. I'll wait for the summer. There's people who are obsessed with rebuilds. Some people are obsessed with rebuilds. I don't know why. It's the so I'll start with Prophet. Prophet, why is there division in the fan base this season? I thought City fans, when I came to the Twitterverse, because I used to be on Facebook a lot. By the way, big up to Man City fans page on Facebook. I used to interact a lot there. I used to be on Facebook before I came to Twitter. When I came to Twitter, a lot of City fans used to say we can never be like United fans where they start dividing the international or they start criticizing it. We're not like the other fan base. But this season, I have seen people use the fact that, oh, this guy is not from here, or use the guy that, this guy, he doesn't know what he's saying. I know more because Mateus is this age. I am 70, so I know more than Mateus. Why is it like that? Where is the peace gone, Mr. Prophet?
All right, here's a simple thing based on what I'm seeing, right? The fan base is trying to be something that is not possible. Everybody holding hands and singing Kumbaya. So Pep's doing something crazy. Oh no, let us not say anything. We want to see him as a united front. We are presenting a united face, like politicians, right? So what has happened is the trophies. We have seen certain things, but the trophies has papered over certain cracks. Know that there is no EPL in the horizon. People are starting to see how they really feel because guess what? Last season, the alarm bells were ringing. Some way, somehow, we pulled that title out of the bag. Last season should have been the warning sign. It was ignored. And then this season happened.
Two players carrying us last season.
Yes, but nobody wanted to acknowledge that. Oh, City won the title, so shut up. Know that the problems have been laid bare. It has been happening for a while, and persons are speaking what they're seeing. Right? It's not a case. There's a minority that is saying Pep out, but persons are simply saying, hey, we have been seeing this happening from last season. We need to do something about it. The style of play is too slow. Certain players are getting on, they're getting long in the tooth. We need to move them on. And then it is just sentimentality. And then so now we have a fan base divided into the don't look up fans, just like that movie. They see the writing on the wall and everything is going to crash, but they just hold their head and pretend as if nothing is going to happen. Then you have the persons who are saying that, listen, there's trouble ahead. We need to fix up. So it's just, to me, the persons who are the quote unquote the top blues, right? They have decided that it doesn't matter. It's just a bad season, so you shouldn't say anything about it. Just pretend. So I think a lot of disingenuous takes are happening in the analysis. Everything just because we want to glaze. Yes, Pep is great. Even if Pep doesn't win anything for the next 2 seasons, it does not do anything to his legacy. But the thing is, we're seeing it clear. Certain things need to change. We were under the illusion that possession football, dominating means to pass sideways and backwards, have 70%, and then if we lose a match, just like Real Madrid, UCL last year, oh, but we dominated them. No, we're seeing something different. Luis Enrique is showing us no. Hansi Flick is showing us no. With youngsters from La Masia, footballers I haven't even heard about, and they're playing nuts on the table football. They're high up in your half. It doesn't matter if you're Real Madrid, Inter Milan, they don't care. And they're passing the ball positively. This season, what we have seen, no trusting the CFA, the manager trying to compensate for all the players by passing sideways and backwards. Because that's basically what it is. We're trying not to lose the ball, hoping that teams are afraid of us and they sit back and then we enjoy all this possession and then we don't have to do anything. Teams have now found out, hey, increase the intensity and the oldies are going to crumble. We saw it every match, one winning 13 every single time. The first 25, 30 minutes, score a goal, looking comfortable. Next team decides to attack, everything fades away. So the fan base is divided because some don't want to accept the reality that yes, Pep can be criticized and yes, certain players need to move on. If you want to call them legends, no problem. But what is the reality? Aguero was here. David Silva was here. Yaya Toure was here. Why didn't we keep them since they're legends? We could keep them until now. But that's not how a big club is run. There's no sentiment. You are no longer of any value in terms of the team. You cannot produce. We may not like to hear it, but it's simple. You can't produce. Guess what? Goodbye. Thank you for your service. Let us move on. But nobody wants to face the truth. And I can tell you this. If this summer goes horribly with the players, we don't move out who's supposed to move out, then we're going to have another ton load of excuses. Because I can tell you no, the style that we're playing now, we're getting by on luck. Persons don't want to hear that. That is not going to work against any big team or any top 6 team.
No.
We're getting by on luck. But fine, it's that time of the season. Just get it done. 3 points, FA Cup, hoping Palace shit the bed. Just win the cup. We don't care how. But next season, we cannot be looking to play this style of football because I can tell you, it is not going to go anywhere. Trying to control everything, that cannot happen. Right? But maybe that's just me. But the divide is there are persons who are realistic and then you have persons who want to maintain a status quo. Or we should be so grateful. 10 years or 15 years ago, we were in Division 5. Fine, you experienced that. I know you're experiencing the heady judge, but who gives a shit? That was then. Khaldoon is here, the Sheik is here, and they're telling us, listen, they want to dominate, they want to sit at the high seat with Real Madrid, Barca, Bayern, and to do that, you have to operate a certain way. Get with the program. It is simple like that. Get with the program. The sentimental thing is not going to work. Ronaldo could have stayed at Real for another 2 seasons. He got moved on. There are a lot of examples. I guess it's a case that we're not that established big club yet. So over time, we'll have to get into the mentality. So I guess that's where the friction is. The old guard versus the so-called plastics and those who are entitled because now standards are there, and even Pep himself came out. Oh, Pep, if you win the FA Cup, isn't it a great season? What did Pep say? No, we are far away from the league, which is your bread and butter. So no, it is not a good season. We have been bad.
But that's the thing, Prophet. Things have changed though, and that's the funny thing. Remember, Kevin, when people telling us that the bread and butter is the Prem. Kevin, remember years ago,
Yeah.
they were telling us the bread and butter. So
why
why have these gatekeepers switched now? They're like, it doesn't matter if we win the Prem. It doesn't matter if we do this. Because I'm telling you, at the end of the day, I don't get it. This is the thing about football. I think before we go to Kevin, I want to tell people, and that's another reason why I opened this channel. That's why the logo for this channel, if you remember, was Where Opinions Matter. That's the logo I got at first. I'm just going to get that logo back. There it is, right over there. Where Opinions Matter. I'm going to leave that for a minute so that it can sink in and cook in. Football is about people's opinions and it's about people's thoughts. And if you want to silence fans, you're just wasting your time because you can't silence a fan. If Kilkster feels that Gundogan is not good enough and I feel Gundogan is good enough, or I feel Gundogan is not good enough, she feels that, Gundogan is good enough, everybody can have a preference. And the thing is, people want to completely remove that and say, oh, you can't say that, or you're being ungrateful, or you're being entitled, or you can't really say that. You can't demand this, you can't demand that. Of course we can. I'm sorry. Whether you like it or not, I know that I don't go to the games like most people, but I sit there and watch my TV. I'm still taking some of my time in my life, times that I could be outside, bodybuilding, trying to look like Arnold
But do you know how
Schwarzenegger,
many?
but
Do you
I'm
know how
here.
many times you spend
Ricky,
defending the
man.
club, trying to talk about the club? Do you know how many people you are introduced the club to? The work you do is sometimes is 100% better than those that even go and watch the match.
By the
So
way, Kevin, I went in a taxi the other day, and that's a fan noticed me from Football Terrace.
yeah,
And
yeah.
said, "Oh, you're Patrick from Football Terrace, and I'm this from the comments."
Even
I'm
my
like, I don't
brother,
know.
even my brother in Italy, in the Chelsea fan, always talks about you as well.
Yeah,
So
but that's the thing, Kelvin. Let me ask you, like you live in Manchester, like I know there's a diva, and like the thing is, I don't blame anybody. If anybody is glazing Pep Guardiola and saying you cannot say anything about him, it's great. But it's the fact that when
no, no,
somebody
no, no,
says,
no. Like in our session, yeah, because I live 2 minutes away from City Ground. I mean, most of us they don't want him to go, but they criticize him. They always said, "Oh, it's when the city like the other day we were watching my United game because it was my brother's birthday. So when we were watching it, we watched it at the back garden. As soon as we all saw the lineup, everyone was saying I don't want to say use the word. They say it's fucked you up again. Everyone was saying it's fucked you up again. You understand? You can criticize him, but the one I got upset that the other day when someone said Pep out. I got upset because I don't like that word Pep out. But you can always criticize Pep because this season, this guy I could have coached City and we would have had more points than this. No joke. Everything we complain about, even our group chat. Anything I say, that's the same thing you will say. That's the same thing Kel will say. That's the same thing some other people I know will say. So how come more than 20 people can say this, but he, the manager, he can't say it? You know why? He can say it, but he wants to be the person that say, yeah, I choose this. I'm the boss. It's me that decide what I need to do. That's what he always do. He don't want. Look at what he's saying about Nico Riley now. Look at what he's saying about what's he called marketing. Eh? How many times have we been crying for him to play these kids? How many times have we been crying that we need legs? Right? Now he's saying, oh, he didn't know that Nico Riley was ready. I wish he knew he would have been playing him before, blah, blah, blah. Because Chelsea came 3 times to offer us 50 million for the kid. Because he's scared to lose the kid. That's why he's playing him.
"Yeah, but right now Akanji is back. I don't think Nico is gonna sniff a game now."
We still is Nico
Yeah.
still not Akanji is still good, he's still better than Nico for me. Akanji is better than Nico for me. I don't mind that. All I'm saying, you rotate it. That's all I'm saying. I don't mind him putting Nico in the midfield. Nico in the midfield, that guy will boss it. Trust me. That guy will boss it. He's fit, he understands the game, and he always got goal orientation. All you want to do is always out, he shoot. Always want to shoot. Shoot first, then think later. That's his game. You understand? But what I'm saying that a lot of City fans, the one I see online, they'll think, oh, if you say, oh, if you criticize Pep, you are not a true City fan. What do you mean you're not a true City fan? How can you see something so bad and you don't criticize it? No
It's
one
it's
is
such
bigger.
it's such a it's such a my name. So how can I not be?
No one, no one,
Yeah.
no one, no one is bigger than the club. I don't want us to be like Arsenal fans. I don't want us to be like Man United fans. They
You
are
mean
in
the,
the
the you mean the Arsene Wenger time where they were glazing Arsene Wenger until he
no
got old?
that they are glazing Arteta. Arteta should be sacked, bro. Arteta should be sacked. What did City do to Pellegrini? Pellegrini, what did
They
he
got
want us?
ruthless.
Eh?
They
Yes,
got ruthless and replaced him with Pep.
yeah. What did they
Had him
do to
winning a league.
Yeah, what did they do to Mancini that won us our first Premier League? Eh? When he
They
got
sacked him.
when Mancini got sacked, we were all angry. But this club, they were thinking. They were
I, d-
thinking
I,
fast.
did- I, did- I remember I did get pissed off. I remember I was like,
Of course,
why
I
would
was
you do
pissed.
that? How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah,
He
I was
won us
pissed as
first.
well. I was pissed as well. But he helped, right? So at the end of the day, we can criticize. We need to criticize our manager. We need to criticize our player, but don't insult them. Don't go after their family and all that. Just criticize them because that's what help people win. The other day they were booing them in the field. So what happened? They won the game 5-2 against Crystal Palace. So I know the people that are gatekeeping. I know them, Patrick. Trust me. I know them. I know the people that think most some of the CA fans that defend that talk about City online, they are not real City fan because they were not born in the born with it, stuff like that. But if we are acting like that, how are we going to grow our fan base? Hmm? How are we going to grow our fan base when we are trying to tell people, oh, you have not been supporting since the start. You're not a true City fan. Even our own fans saying that that you only go down online, but you don't go that. We don't have that. Like, in Manchester, we do any safe fan you see is a safe fan. We don't have that, like, oh, because you criticize Pep. And at the end of the day, and I thank God that we got a lot of people, we got channels like this that we can criticize, that we can talk. We are free to talk. No one can tell us that, oh, don't say this, don't say that. That's the type of channel we need. And no one is going to clip you up and say, look at what this guy is saying, this poor brat. I don't mind, Patrick, that we don't win Premier League next season, right? I don't mind that, but we should compete. I don't know if you guys understand me.
No, I get
Not
where you're
20,
coming from. I get where you're
not
coming
20,
from.
not 20 points behind. Not picking the midfield, like picking like, and you know, it's the other even Wolves. You know we were lucky against Wolves, Patrick.
Yeah, we were.
I was at the cinema. I was
I
watching.
think I think even Forest could have done something against us. Forest,
Yeah,
if you're not missing.
I was at the
They
cinema.
kept hitting the post.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
Gibbs
these
White.
problems are still here. They're just
Yeah,
being masked by the
thank you.
fact that other teams are missing they're hitting the post when
Yeah.
we give them insane chances.
I
These
was at
problems
the
are still here.
yeah, Patrick. The movie I went to watch, I was not comfortable with it because I was watching the game on my phone, so I used my jacket to cover my phone a little bit. So I was watching the movie and I was watching the game. I was like,
What
I was like,
movie?
yeah. At the cinema on Friday. I couldn't, because I already promised. I didn't know we were gonna play, so I already promised my friends that we were gonna go. So I said, okay, I can't miss it, but I'm gonna watch the game because I
I think
can't.
did you call me at a point in time and ask me how the match is going? I think
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did. So yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and yeah, cause I can't miss City games. That's just me. But we were lucky. We were so lucky. So lucky. And then I said to
Yeah.
myself, now I know why Crystal Palace fans, I know there's a guy in my workplace. He's confident. He said the game is 50-50 against us. I
Nah,
was like,
he's not lying though. He's not capping.
They're
fuck.
our bogey team. They always find a way against us.
Yeah, but come on, it's City. You remember the City, Aguero, City, Sterling, Sane. You remember all the front three before the
Yeah,
game
but
started. The,
yeah,
the,
I think we're seeing signs of weakness with this four uncles lineup. Like we've been very lucky in 2 straight games that our opposition hit the post 5 times.
Kilkster. Let me
That means that they got shredded enough.
Kilkster, let me
Good
tell you
chance.
something.
I'm not saying you're not going to give chances up, but like, are they going to hit the post in the final? They might not.
Kilkster,
They might score a goal.
it was 52 minutes, Kilkster. 52 minutes. We didn't have
yes.
the word uncle until you brought it again. So Kilkster,
You're the one who said pensioners to start with, so
yeah,
don't give me this credit.
but I didn't say
You
it
started
today.
it. You said
Do you
pensioners.
see this girl, Kevin? Can you see this girl, Kevin? We didn't mention one word of uncle. She mentioned
You
uncle
said
after 52
pensioners.
minutes.
You said
Yeah,
pensioners.
that was
So
last
what?
season.
Before I said
So now,
uncles.
if De Bruyne, that if he didn't score that goal, who was gonna score? Like, who was gonna create? Like, I don't understand. Is Alan playing on
Did we
Saturday?
Yeah, I
create?
give them credit when they deserve it, but I think the Wolves game was poor from all 4 of them. Despite De Bruyne scoring a goal, I don't think the 4 of them had a good game.
Wait. Did we create any good chances at all? I
No.
don't think so. I don't think so.
Because for some odd reason, our 60 million pound signing is pushed out right, so we can play a false 9 with a 33-year-old and a 34-year-old.
Yeah, that is.
He didn't do anything. I'm sorry, Gundo had a poor game. I don't think he deserved to play that game. Like, we got into this mess because we were playing all 4 of them at the same time. We got out of this mess by playing Nico Gonzalez, Husanov, the new players with fresh young legs, Nico O'Reilly. And so the solution to that is to bench the guys who got us out of the problem and put the guys who got us into the problem back into the lineup. And I know we've been getting results, but there are signs that this is not going to work.
It's not going to last for long.
No, it's not. And I think we have been riding our luck. And hey, sometimes that happens. I don't think that's a way to consistently win. And now we're going to see Kanji come in and Yashu's going to get pushed out wide to accommodate a Kanji at center back. And Nico's going to go to the bench because he made one mistake. I get frustrated because these older players like have the longest rope of all time, and then a young player makes one mistake and they're just gone.
And he
Like,
says he's
gone.
protecting
Never to be
them.
seen again.
But it's not bad that Akanji, what's it called, Vadio, Diaz, and Nunes. That's not bad.
No. But you don't get it. It's because
No, it's bad because
Nico.
Joshua should be a center back.
Yeah, just good. That means we go back to being a fullback, though. Are you okay with that?
Throw Akanji at fullback. He's
Yeah, but I'm
pacier
okay
anyway.
because
Throw him
Akanji
at
is not
fullback.
that bad.
Joshua does not have the speed to play fullback.
Guys, who you need to sign is Cambiaso from Juventus. He needs to come.
Well, I think we're going to. So
Yeah, he's elite left back, right back, elite.
Wait, have you been watching him, or you're just saying? Wait, have you been watching him, or you're saying it based on comms?
No, I'm Italian, half Italian, so my Italian team is Juventus. And
so your Italian side is glazing him. Is that it? Like the way
Yeah.
Cooks like glazes Robinson.
no, he actually watches him.
yeah, I watch.
No,
obviously
Patrick,
every
try and
Juventus
watch him.
game.
I watched him today. He's good. He's good.
Is he actually? Wait, is he
Yeah.
back? I thought he was injured. Ken Dog. Is he back now?
Yeah, he's back. He played today, and mate, you should see his crosses.
Bro,
His
you did.
passing.
Patrick,
just
I'll
amazing.
send it to you. I might screen record some of the game next time because I like Italian league this season is actually nice. It's very
No,
nice.
if he's cooking, bring him. So what about Kevster? Before we move on, what's your opinion this season? Because I have also seen a few people shush you up on Twitter. I've seen a few people shush you out on stream sometimes. You always seem to be labeled as the one who's always complaining and always hyping the rebuild. Okay, the rebuild thing, it's me, because I see you love the rebuild. But what do you think yourself? Like first of all, I think I had a show, by the way, Kevin. I don't know if you remember it. I had a show with international fans when I started the channel, and I remember it was this same behavior
Yeah, I
where
remember,
a lot of international. I remember, Kevin, isn't it? A lot of international fans felt bad that they were being told that they're not good enough. Yet some of them say they're waking up 2
Yeah,
a.m.,
I
4 a.m.
remember that.
every weekend to watch the game. Yourself, Kelstar, you know yourself. You live in America, and sometimes the games at 4 a.m. or whatever times they are, you have to wake up and then you have to watch the rubbish. So sometimes I don't blame you if you're watching a ball fest and you've woken up at 4 a.m. and then you have to stay, and yet you still go on channels and do reviews. I don't know how you do that, madam. Big up to you. But how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel when you're being told that your opinion, you're just complaining and people trying to gatekeep?
Well, first off, I'm self-admitted. I'm a very emotional fan. Sports to me is like not real life, so I use it as an escape because the world is a dire place, and so I get frustrated, I get emotional, and I just say what I mean. I don't sugarcoat it. If something's wrong, I'm going to say it. I'm not necessarily always going to be happy about it. I don't say standards because that's not my thing, but that's just me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's fine. Like, clearly I'm a nobody. I have no follow. Like, I barely need, like, my followers on Twitter are very low and they're dropping. I've lost like 6 followers today. So
wait, how many are you on now?
I don't even have 500. I just go and say what I want to say. Like, I'm not catering to anybody's opinion. I don't know. This season has just been very frustrating. I think a lot of it has to do with the board over the summer. Not doing their job.
Yeah, doing well. You're on 443. You're about to get to 500. Guys, get her to 500.
I've lost like 6 followers today. I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
I didn't see
whatever.
that.
Who cares? I'm not really in it for that. I'm just kind of. I just want somewhere where I can say my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna verbal vomit what's on my mind.
Kelvin, look at this. I didn't see this.
And sometimes that's controversial with people.
I didn't see this picture. When did you take this picture?
That's literally the Man City media team. That is from the Man City official Instagram page. They took that picture of me when I went to preseason last year. That's what that picture is. But
yeah, I can. That
was a fun moment. That was an epic subway ride.
I can see
we all just went into the subway car. There's a bunch of people on there just like, going about their business, trying to get to the next stop or whatever. And we just all we've all been drinking because we've been at the bar all morning. And we all just started singing as loud as we could. It was awesome. Like I said, I'm just going to say what I want to say. I have my opinions. I'm very emotional as a fan. This is how I am with all my sports. Like, this is just who I am. Like, I'm just going to be who I am. And if you don't like my opinion, you can just stop following me and whatever. I don't care. But I'm going to say how I feel. And yeah, I'll shut up on that. But yeah, just this season has just been very frustrating. I feel like we all have high expectations. We thought we were going to win 5 in a row. We didn't. The season for me ended when Rodri got injured. I knew that we weren't going to. I knew that was the end. I was like, I just know this is going to be the end. And I've just been frankly frustrated with how it's turned out. We didn't do anything over the summer. And it clearly shows that, once Rodri went down, that was it. And I think there's this weird divide sometimes between local fans. I think sometimes they don't mean to, but I think they take out some of their frustrations on what's happening to them locally, like with ticket prices and catering to tourist fans. I think sometimes they take it out on people like us who, because look, none of us here are Manx. We are all foreign fans. So in a sense, the club is catering to us. They want us to come in and pay overpaid prices and stuff, but so somehow they take that out on us, even though it's not our fault because we're not necessarily going to the games and stuff. But I just think there's a lot going on locally with the fans and the high ticket prices, and somehow that's affecting everybody else. And yeah, there's just a lot of tension right now. Maybe we are spoiled as a fan base. I don't know. I don't care. I'm with Martin. I don't care about trophies. I just wanted to see better play this season, and that 1-13 run just was so frustrating.
Wait.
It was awful. We just kept seeing the same problems over and over and over again. We saw no solutions. We saw no fixes.
Wait, let me
trying again with the same players.
Wait, let me bring you back, Kipster. Let me bring you back. What if I care about trophies? Because some of you guys don't care about trophies. I don't know what on this panel, by the way. There's 1, 2, 3. We are 5 of us. Kevin, you don't care about trophies too? King Dog. So Kipster, you don't care about
the trophy is all I care about. I don't care about is the bigger club. I don't care about who has
I don't care about bigger club. That's small.
So you care to win it. You care to win a trophy, right?
Yeah.
Who in the chat? Let me ask in the chat. Who cares about trophies? Winning a trophy. And who cares? Who doesn't care? Or big up to you,
I think the reason I don't care about trophies is because all of my local teams that I grew up watching, American sports, they just didn't win a lot of trophies, and I just followed them because I just really liked the team.
Okay, so
I love it when we win trophies, but like that's not why I'm here.
Oh, there's a question here. It says, why doesn't she care about trophies?
No, it's important.
I'm happy when we win them, obviously, but like. That's just not why I became a fan. I just fell in love with this team.
We get what you mean. I get what you mean.
I found the team in 2006 because they had Americans on their team. That's literally what it was for me. They had Americans on their team, and I started following them because of that. And they weren't good back then. This was before the takeover. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just used to following teams that don't win a lot of trophies. So this is actually kind of weird to follow a team that wins a lot of trophies, but. I don't know. I find a team and I just become obsessed with them, and that's how it was for Man City. And if I'm not your cup of tea, that's fine. Just don't follow me.
But it's fine though. But no, we like at the end of the day.
No, Kevin. Let me answer that. Let me answer what Kelsey said.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No boys.
Kelsey. So you're telling me, Kyokstar, because somebody has asked you, and you know what? This is a nice one. It says no one should mind fans' own original thoughts and opinions. But Kyokstar, this is the thing I want to throw at you, right? Like you say, you don't care about trophy because you obviously been supporting teams that have been stinking. My team stinks. Malawi stinks, by the way. Sorry, my fellow Malawians, don't get at me. I know some of you.
Sorry, bro.
I as an American will never see a major trophy.
Yeah, Malawi stinks. But Kyokstar, this is what I'm trying to say. I get it that okay, but first of all, thank you for the Mancunian Way fans who are here. Big up to you guys. I hope you're enjoying your evening. Big up to you, Martin, also, and all the guys. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully, all of you are enjoying this. Some of you might not, so just drop a like and go to bed. It is what it is. I want to ask a question to you, Kevin, so before I move on to Prophet, because Prophet had a point, and even Kevin. People say they don't care about trophies, but at the end of the day, they want to see the club succeed. I don't care about trophies. I don't care about winning, but we are demanding verts to come in. This is the other argument I had. I remember, Kelsey, you were on a show. I was like, okay, yes, you guys are saying even if we don't get top 4, I don't care. But I was like, do you know you have to get Champions League? Verts will not look at us and say, oh, because it's Pep Guardiola, you're 6th playing Europa. I will leave Leverkusen winning the Champions League. I will leave this team that in Champions League, like Madrid, to come to you guys. You can't have it. You can't have your cake and eat it at the same time. Because at the end of the day, you guys want Verts. You guys are complaining that you want quality players. Yet you're like, oh, it's okay not to win trophies. These quality players want to see Man City winning trophies. They don't want this team to look shite. And then the reason why Man City are where they are is because of winning trophies. Before not winning trophies, Man City was a football team. I get it. It was a football team. People love going to the games. But at the end of the day, where we've reached, where the legacy that is there because of Pep Guardiola's winning trophies is why we have this respect, though. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying this respect that Man City have right now, where they're feared in Europe when the team is playing against them, they have to pack the bus. Isn't it the fact because they are winning trophies? So if we say, I don't care about trophies, how long? Okay, let me ask you, how long are you not going to care? Let's say, for instance, this rebuild happens. Since you love rebuilding, Kelkster.
Yeah. I'm
let's
on
say
the rebuild bandwagon, and I
Yeah.
accept if we don't win it at the Premier League.
Yeah. So you don't win it. How long are you going to accept it for?
As long as it takes. I want to see new players. Like I
That
appreciate
sounds like
everything
Arsenal.
these older players have done. I don't want to I really don't want to remember Bernardo Silva the way I'm starting to remember Kyle Walker. Like Kyle Walker was class for us for years and years and years, but all I can remember is these past 2 seasons where he has been actually terrible. And I don't want to feel that way about these other players. I don't want to feel that way about Bernardo. I don't want to feel that way about Gundogan. I don't want to feel that way about KDB. Like I want to do this rebuild and I want to see these new players. And right now we can't rebuild while these players are still here. Like I'm not trying to shit on them. I'm really not. But like I'm in for the rebuild and I accept I would rather rebuild and not win a trophy than to continue with more of the same next season. Because I don't think this will work next season, to be honest. We're not going to, I feel like we're not, if we continue with these players next season, I don't think we're going to win the Premier League. So I'd rather start building, like get their minutes up. Let them have their bad moments.
Patrick, you see the
next
question
season or this season too, and next season, let them get better so that, maybe we can win the trophy this season after next. If we somehow shithouse it next season, fantastic. I will party with everybody else, but I'm also not going to ditch the team if they don't win it next season.
Nobody's ditching them. Kevin, what about say? So Kilkster says that.
Wait, Patrick, look at what Martin said. I'm 100% with this.
Wait.
As long as we challenge, I won't complain. Same as me. I don't know if you understand, but I've always said it.
Do people understand? I think people don't get me. Nobody is demanding a trophy. I think people are getting me wrong.
Nobody are.
Nobody is demanding a trophy. Like I'm not saying, oh, if you don't win a trophy, that's horrible. We're not happy with you. No. Nobody's demanding a trophy. Maybe as long as we challenge, nobody will complain. That is a good statement for Martin. But saying nobody's demanding a trophy. Not in my lifetime am I going to demand a trophy. I'm coming from, as like I said, I'm coming from a country that we just get pimped slapped every time. We always get in a table and we are bottom of the table. So I understand anyway. But I'm just saying, I think the thing is, some of the demands we make as fans, saying I want Verts, you won't be getting that Verts if you don't get Champions League football. Like the reason why Pep Guardiola is fighting for that top 4 is because he knows.
Whitney just said it best. She said trophies are just a bonus. They're an added bonus.
Trophies are added bonus, but I think every team wants to win. I think when you enter competition, you want to win.
For me, I think it's the ride along the way.
That's just me. I'm a nervous, emotional fan, and not everybody has to agree with me.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, what you say, Kel, I understand. They even same as us. No, same as me. Like that's Marty just the statement. That's me. As long as you challenge, even next season, if we don't win, we are not the only one that is in this team, or what's it called, this country. Everybody are fighting for the Premier, and we have won it 4 years in a row. If we don't win it next season, I'm okay, but it's the way we play. I don't understand. I don't know if you understand me. It's the way how we are doing it that I'm like, as I said, it's not good. It's not good for me. So the rebuild is fine, but if you are going for a player like Gibbs White to replace KDB, Forget about we'll be fighting for top 4. Trust me.
Yeah. Let me read these
Also,
comments.
can we go back to that previous comment about these players are not Pep players, so that's why he's not playing them?
Where was that?
I was having this conversation with somebody earlier in the day.
Where is that comment? I can't
The
see.
previous comment you just posted about these players are not Pep players, so that's why he's not playing them. They're not like his guys or something.
Oh yeah, there.
I think
Okay, let me read it out. Let me read it out first.
They're not Pep's choice.
Okay, you know what? I'll give it to you, Kix. So you read it out.
Yeah, it says, I think it proves that most of these signings are not Pep choice. That's why he's not playing them. That brings up a different conversation about some of our signings in the past 3 to 4 windows. I am very curious. It seems like there's a massive disconnect between the board and Pep, because we know Pep likes versatile players who are possession guys.
But why did they give him 2 years?
Why are we signing a ton of direct players? Omar Marmoush is a direct player. Savio, Daku, Holland, even Phil Foden, who's already here, very direct player. Nunes, direct player. Why are we signing all these direct players at big money? Like those players I've mentioned, probably cost close to 300 million. Why are we buying all of them if Pep doesn't want to play them? Or he's playing them out of position? Like Nunes, a midfielder, a direct midfielder who just runs, puts him at right back. Holland, direct player, doesn't play to his strengths. I'm just very confused right now what's going on between all these players that we're buying and how Pep wants to use them. Because look, we spent 175 million in January. One of them was on loan, so we'll not count him. 2 of them didn't make the squad against Wolves. The 2 that did, one started on the bench and came on for 5 minutes. The other one started at right wing and was wildly out of position. Yeah. So I'm just curious what's going on with the spending. Why are we spending big money on players that are not being utilized properly? That to me is bad business.
You know, I'm going to be the lone voice in the wilderness here, and I'll take the stones like Steven and all of these. Listen to me, man. A big club, the currency is trophies. Yeah? No. Am I expecting City to win the Premier League every season? No. That doesn't make any sense. Not even Real Madrid or Barca wins a trophy every season. But we need to be in the hunt there and thereabouts for all 4 trophies. If we get, fine. If we don't get, but we can't be going too long without getting and then pretending, trophies don't matter. And that's where the fan base is at. We have a bad season. We're criticizing Pep. And then everybody, it's because he didn't win a trophy and you're spoiled. No. The board, the owner, they have said to us, they want City to be X. And until they leave, or until they are replaced by owners that do not have that ambition, my expectations are trophies on the table. Simple as that. So I'm not into the merry going around and fooling myself into thinking, if they don't win a trophy for the next 4 or 5 years, it's going to be okay. That is madness. Without the trophies, certain players are not going to come here. Without being in the UCL, certain players are not going to come here. If you want to be a big club, trophies are the currency. So let us not fool ourselves. We don't win it this year, fine. We may not win it next year, but we have to be in the hunt. And at the very least, the football has to be good, because you heard Pep speaking about Barcelona. It was a great game against Inter Milan, blah, 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 blah. But yet still our team isn't playing like that, and we're not having confidence in our youngsters. So I don't know what he's talking about there. Currency is trophies for a big club. It is simple as that. We don't need to try and sugarcoat and trying to go around and come around. I'm not trying to be the perfect fan or anything like that. I'm dealing in reality. If the owner is saying big club vibes, that is the vibe of a big club. And if there's something wrong, why we didn't win the trophy, maybe we have too many old players, you get rid of them, bring in new ones. If they don't work, it's not my money. Get them out, bring in some new ones. Bravo came in for Joe Hart, rubbish, we got rid of him. Edison is here. Edison, over the years, did his thing, but guess what? In major matches or in UCL, whatever it is, he comes up with some silly mistakes. Guess what? Edison's time has run its course. We're going to move on from Edison. Simple as that. He wants to leave, fine. Give somebody else a chance. Gundo and friends are no longer it. We don't need to pretend. There's no need to have any opinions. We watch football with our eyes, not our arses. They are no longer good enough. Goodbye.
Somebody
Nice to
does
know you.
inspire.
But
God does inspire.
if if we keep going along the same trying to feign what you call it now, trying to pretend as if it doesn't matter. Of course, it matters. It is why Manchester City is now getting the prestige, the trophies. That is why Pep Guardiola was brought in. That is why Mancini was brought in. That is why Pellegrini was brought in to get us on the map, winning trophies, setting a standard. Because that's what Pep. That's why Pep is here. The standard of a big club is you compete for multiple trophies. You don't compete for one or two. You compete for all of them. See where you land. You fall below expectations. You don't change your standards. The standards remain. You still try to aim for it. This season
Yeah.
didn't win anything. Cool, but the football has been rubbish, and that needs to be addressed. And if next year the football is rubbish and we're still in the same place, even worse if they keep most of the old folks, then it is simple. We need to have an argument about Pep. Does he need to move on? Has he stayed too long? Because it can be true, it doesn't diminish his greatness as a manager, but maybe he has been here too long and he has run out of ideas. If that is the case next season, we're seeing the football. We need to have a conversation because we cannot be having Doku, Nunes, Haaland, Marmoush. Wirtz isn't a side to side footballer either. Morgan Gibbs White, he doesn't strike me as a side to side footballer. So what are we going to do? Get all of these players and then bench them to see Bernardo Silva passing sideways and backwards and to see the fan base. Oh, Bernardo Silva had a wonderful game against Wolves. I need to change my TV because I am not seeing what they're seeing. Right? Killing the attacks as usual. Gundo was non-existent.
Prophet, somebody has a comment for you. He says, do I hear a Jamaican spitting fire?
What?
Yeah. Somebody wrote a comment here. It's like, do I hear a Jamaican spitting fire?
Yes. Yardi is here. Yardi is here.
We love Rose.
Yeah, but we need to keep it real. What is happening now? We have players and this square peg in round holes. All right, we got a few trophies. We got away with it. It needs to stop. We need fullbacks. We need people who can actually pass the ball forward. Can you imagine this formation versus Barcelona, Bayern, Real Madrid, and we come up with this team? But we saw it already. A PSG without Kvaratskhelia, and we almost got 9-2, and we scored first. Bear in mind, we scored first. We had them 2-0, and what did they do?
Against Madrid, we also scored 2-0. Remember? Against Madrid at home.
And guess what? They raised the intensity, and
Madrid was 2-1. What do you mean 2-0?
That was 2-1, yeah.
Wait, was it 2-1 or 2-0?
It was 2-1.
2-1.
2-1 until Ederson decided to pass it straight to Jude Bellingham.
Oh, yeah. I remember. Sorry.
But before before City scored, we should have been under 4-0 because Vinicius missed chances. Mbappe was, and I could have told anyone that Pep was going to try and recreate the treble team instead of putting legs in the midfield. He went to the Bernabeu and did the same madness, and there were all sorts of excuses. We're getting away with it now because A, we're not playing every 3 days, so the uncles look a little bit better. Yes, but it's the same. It is the same problem that we were having during the one winning 13. The only difference is these teams are not scoring; they are hitting the post, and we're getting away with it. If we're not going to play a different style of football next year, even if we don't win anything, but we see improvement, and the team is passing forward at least for the 70 or 100 pound that you're paying to go into the stadium, not to watch crap, then okay. But if he's going to continue the same madness and then come and praise Barcelona and Inter for how they are playing, and then the team that he has is doing the opposite, coward football. A matter of fact, he should have been sacked for the starting 11 that played against Liverpool at Anfield. That was a setup. If it wasn't for Ortega, we would have lost 5 or 6-0. It was crazy. There was no outlet. He was trying to stop speed by passing sideways and backwards. It doesn't make any sense. You're not going to have the time. So now that you don't have the time and they rush the midfield, Rico Lewis, rubbish.
It's just a
Bernardo
frustrating
Silva,
season.
rubbish.
And I guess
Gundo,
we're not used to
rubbish.
this.
Okay,
It's
We're
just
not
a
used to what?
frustrating season.
Okay, Prophet, let me read these comments first because I like to read the comments because sometimes. So big up to you guys. I'll read the comments. I'll try a few because there's a lot of you. Just be yourself, Kirkster. We can disagree, but nobody should be attacked verbally of
And
opinions.
I want to address that. Thank you, Martin, because I know you and I have been disagreeing quite a bit, but I always appreciate our conversation. And I just posted on Twitter. I think it's more fun when we disagree sometimes because I think it makes the conversation better. But I love having the discourse and I respect everyone's opinion, even when I don't agree with them.
Nah, big up to you, Martin, and big up to Kelkster.
We love having Martin on our show too.
Yeah, we do.
Absolutely, we absolutely love it because it's always fire every time.
We always know you're in the trenches, Martin. It says, I never demand trophies. I have seen more than ever thought I would see. It is what it is. That is good, Nick Jackson. Big up to you. Ignore Patrick. He's a fraud. Ha ha ha. Don't listen to him.
Detected.
Don't listen to him. It says, I can't.
Patrick, where's Adam?
Adam is sleeping. He's sleeping. He's I think working tomorrow. I don't know. I think he was working tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't. He's working tomorrow. Why is he sleeping so early?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him the whole day. I think they took his phone. I can't sign.
Yeah, that's why I want to hear.
Yeah, I think so. I can't sign a player. I can't make them better. I just go to the games and see what plays out. That is true, but I'm pretty sure you can still voice out. I think fans are still allowed to voice out. Yes, I care about trophies, but that's not why I started supporting the club. I will support until the day I die, no matter what. Big up to you, Herbo. Big up to you. What is not accepting mean though, Patrick? You mean what? Accepting defeat? I don't remember, Martin. I forgot. Remind me again. I have been a City fan for over 50 years. I've been a season ticket holder in the past. I live over 200 miles away now for the last 15 years. I'm considered a tourist now. It doesn't make you any less a fan. Big up to you, Lenny. Big up to you. It is what it is, man.
She's great.
Yeah, big up to you, Lenny. Big up to you. And you know what? You are a fan. You are a fan no matter what. I don't know how people think they can tell people who they're not fans or not. Because at the end of the day, look, even if you tell me that I'm not a fan, I'm still gonna watch the game. I'm still gonna buy the jersey. Do you know how many City kits I have? I'm obsessed. I have like 25.
Yeah,
I had to stop.
100%. That's what people don't understand.
Yeah, I was still switch on my TV. Can I ask you tell me that I'm not a fan?
Why I tell people online, like, if you say you're a fake fan, are you a fan police or what? So just let me know if you're a fan police.
Yeah, because I don't get people. They think they can switch it. We support the club, not the trophies.
But
if you want the trophies, then you'll be knackered if we get relegated.
All those YouTube channels, none of them is talking about the 115 charges anymore. How come? What's going on? What happened?
No, I have it on the title. We're gonna go that next. I don't want this kind of mindset in my club. How are you gonna say we don't care about trophies? Wow, there's
see, but that's the thing is like this is not gonna last forever. Like we've been on this incredible run and we've all been blessed to be able to watch it. This is not normal. It's not gonna happen forever. So when I say that I don't care about trophies, it's like I'm not just gonna abandon the team when they stop winning trophies. Like I'm still gonna watch them. I'm still gonna get up early in the morning because I'm 8 hours earlier than the UK, so I tend to have early kickoffs. Like that's all I mean is I'll still watch the club even if they're not winning trophies because I fell in love with the club. And that's just how I am. When I fall in love with the team, I fall in love with them forever, good or bad. And you don't have to agree with that if you don't want to. That's fine.
Yeah, it is. It is how it is at the end of the day. Let me continue these comments, guys, because I'm gonna read everybody. So we're at a stage where we should be challenging every year for the league. Rebuild rebuild or not, we should be challenging. These players are definitely Pep's players. And then here says from where we at the end of 2024, don't you feel 2025, maybe that's what he's trying to say, don't you feel we recovered well if we win the FA Cup and finish as runners up? Let me go to Ken Dog. Are you with us? Ken Dog, are you here with us? Ken Dog. Okay, Ken Dog is not here with us. So, Prophet, there's a question here for. It says, from where we at the end of
Sorry, I'm here.
2025.
I'm here.
Okay, Ken Dog,
Sorry,
let
I'm
me
here.
ask you. They say that from the end of 2025, right? Don't you feel we recovered well if we win the FA Cup and be runners up? That means number 2.
Oh yeah, 100%. If we get the runners up, even third, second, get the cup, and then go to the Club World Cup, win that. It's been a good season in overall from beginning until now. It's been a good season then because, like Thingy said before, he made good points. I was actually enjoying listening to him. Um, he saying points like you can't expect to win the league every year. Do you get me? It just doesn't work like that. We had a good run for 4 years, obviously, and then the previous 2 years. But I think we needed this to now get back better again. So the new players will come in who haven't won anything, so they will be fired up. And ending the season with an FA Cup, Champions League spot, and winning the Club World Cup is a very smooth transition into the next season. So we got something, say bye to KDB, move into the new season, and hopefully the new players will get us back to winning ways.
Okay, so they say I think the meltdowns this season have not really been at the level they should be. It's gone a little bit over the top, to be honest. It makes these debates hard now as the meltdowns have been so intense. Yeah, the meltdowns have been intense. I think we talked about at the beginning that there's a bit of a divide. It says us older fans remember when surviving the league and managing to get semi-final was a pipe dream. Big up to you, Lenny. And you're right. Everybody's right. Pep is changing the direction of travel for the team. That is actually true. That is this fraud.
Oh, that's my own. Yeah.
So
it's just been a frustrating season, and
not
all of us are great at communicating. I'm one of those people. I'm very guilty of meltdowns and emotional.
Yeah, you are.
That's just who I am.
City are a big club, regardless. Though that's where I disagree. Okay. Pep needs to be questioned. As good as he has been, he has as much as responsible for the bad season as the players. It's his tactics. Okay.
And that's where my frustrations have been coming from this season. I keep seeing the same issues over and over again. I see nothing to address it, nothing to change it. And I just don't understand it. It's like he's just trying so hard to make it work with his guys. And when it doesn't work, he just keeps trying with it. And I'm like, try something else. Why did we start improving in the past few weeks? Because we brought legs into the team. So
yeah, that is true. I'm gonna do this, Martin. Big up to you, Martin.
Issue all season, legs. We need younger, faster, stronger legs. And
yeah, he admitted yesterday.
Going away from that, I get frustrated.
Yeah, he admitted yesterday. Okay, let me big up Martin. He says 2 months of membership.
Big up, Martin.
So Martin, I'm gonna do exactly what you do on your channel. You always play a clip.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Yeah, so Martin, big up to you and thank you, Martin. And guys, if you want to become a member, it's just 99 cents, I think so. I'm surprised why Kilkster is not a member. I've known her for so long. She's not throwing that 99 cents my way, but big up to her. She's smiling. She's like, piss off. That's my
I'm not a member of any channel.
Yeah, let me see. It says what? Signing all players. Will be the result. Bench and reserves. One established player in Mamouche, he starts regularly. That's the thing. I think if you pay 70 for a player, you don't put them on the bench. Even if you pay 60 for a player. And then we've got Nico Gonzalez, who is glazing the bench.
On the bench.
Big up to Veta, my guy. He says, great show. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Big up to you. Yeah, I sent the link. I think he's busy. Edison. He's on another show, I think so. Edison will be a big loss if he leaves, can't replace him. That is actually true. I think a lot of people King Dapper, I think a lot of people think that Edison leaving is a good thing. We might start crying. So big up to Martin for the €10 super chat. It says,
big up, Martin.
Big up, Martin. I'm going to play you another video, Martin.
How does that not get copyright claimed?
I don't know. It doesn't. As long as it's a small clip. As long as it's a small clip. As long as it's a small clip. You know, but do you know which one is my favorite though? Let me just show you my favorite.
I don't care the Premier League and the Carabao Cup. We cannot win. So we won a lot. So it's not a problem.
I like that clip. I remember he was rattled. That time we were losing. remember it was before we did the 4-peat. We were losing, I think so. And oh my God, he was fuming. But big up to Martin. The problem is, all the fans were told we will never be arrogant and entitled like Man United fans, Arsenal, etc. So why is it hard for us to accept entitlement? P.S. City always been a big club. Okay, Martin. Already read this. Okay, I already read this. Says, I'm just a supporter. I follow this team everywhere. I will probably never be Pep out. I love trophies. I want more, but I just can't. Okay, big up to you. Welcome FC. Somebody say that because of your profit. It says if you can never be Pep out regardless of if it continues. I think you've done if and off at the same time. Says if it continues season after. Okay, if you can never be Pep out regardless, if it continues season after season, are we Pep FC or Manchester FC? I'm going to
That's a really good point.
Yeah, that's a good point. Profit. There's a question here.
I'm going to go on the record here. If I see this kind of shit next season, I am going to start questioning the manager. I'm going to give him a break this season. I'm going to give him next season to get out of the mess. And if he doesn't, then I'm going to start asking some very serious questions about his future at this club.
So basically
he gets next season though. I am not Pep out right now. If this time next season, if I'm seeing the same crap, my opinion might change.
Okay. Prophet, I know your answer already. You said you cannot allow this nonsense season after season.
Listen, that is what killed Arsenal. Wenger, trophyless, 9 years, and they held on to him. Mikel Arteta is there 6 years, and there's all sorts of excuses. Oh, he didn't have a striker. Oh, the bench is light. Oh, listen, there's too much excuses. When you're a big club, less excuses, more action. It is just as simple as that. Pep goes 2 or 3 years without a trophy. See you later. It is just simple. Johan Cruyff, one of the biggest legends at Barcelona, spent 8 years, won trophies in the first 6, didn't win anything in the last 2. Goodbye. That is just how big clubs operate. You don't have to like it. You can tell us about, when I started supporting City, the best I was hoping for was a FA Cup semi-finals. That is then. We're dealing with now. Those who want to stay in the past, they are welcome. What is happening now and in the recent past, based on the owners, we are now looking up. Heads up, looking down the road. If we have a bad season, I'm not going to look back to, my only expectation was to win in the derby. That is gone. And I have accepted that. So if persons want to stay there, when we were shit, and I will accept this, that is not a problem. But I am not going to work with that because things have changed. If it's for example, hopefully it doesn't happen, but let us say that City 115 and I say City has to go to Conference League.
By the way, what's his name? Prophet, bring that up. Let's switch to that. I said, when is this 115 news out? Because wasn't it supposed to be early this year?
Wasn't it supposed to be in March?
Yeah.
It's simple. City seems to have won, so it's going to be delayed. If City didn't win, it would have come out. So that's how I'm looking at it. So we can forget about 115. As far as I'm concerned, the aim was never to charge City or kick them out. It's just to tarnish the name, to try and prevent City from getting certain players, trying to prevent sponsorships. So that's basically what it was, mudslinging and all of that. So they don't have the evidence. UEFA couldn't find it, or FIFA, whosoever. Where the hell are they going? The English Premier League is going to find new evidence, and we see how they can't even beat. Who was it? Was it Leicester? They couldn't even beat Leicester in a court case, and they're going to beat City. UEFA couldn't do it. Where's the evidence?
Massively incompetent. Like the fact that Leicester got away with violating the rules because they didn't write a rule and that, like, if you got relegated, these guys are complete idiots. This is a complete butt licking for the red cartel, and this is their last hurrah. They know their time in the sun is over. The blue cartel is coming. Man City's already here. We got in under the drawbridge. We're fine in the rules. We got in. They're doing everything they can to prevent Newcastle. But they don't realize there's other teams. Forest wants to spend a lot of money. They may wear a red shirt, but they are Blue Cartel. Aston Villa, same thing. They have rich, ambitious owners who want to win and they want to spend money. So they're going to start siding with us. And it's just right now, for some odd reason, there's all these little clubs that are just like lackeys to the red cartel. It's like, it's Arsenal, United, and Liverpool. And then for some odd reason, Spurs are kissing their ass. But all these other clubs, for some odd reason, are voting with them. And they don't realize that it's kind of harming their own ambitions as a club. But I'm hoping that maybe that some of these clubs, like the Bournemouths, the Brentfords, the Fulhams, the Brightons, are starting to do better this season. And they'll realize, like, hey, maybe these red cartel guys are a bunch of idiots. And we shouldn't be voting with them. We should be voting for our own interests, which is let us spend more money and we can be more competitive. Because the four red cartel members, I'm counting Spurs in there, they're all owned by Americans who don't want to spend money. They just look at it as just another little piece of their investment portfolio. They just want to, they don't care about contending all the time. They don't actually want to win. They just want the guaranteed money from champions.
Sell the kits, do like, the concerts that happen at Spurs. There's a comment here I want to read. It says, okay, big up to This Is City. It says, I saw something saying October, Patrick, but it could be wrong. Big up, guys. Go subscribe.
October?
Yeah, go subscribe to This Is City. Very good channel. But big up to you, King Dapper, with the $19.99 for the super chat. I'm going to do a video for you too, because I am just going to jack Martin's style at this point.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
Yeah, big up for the 1999 super chat. Big up to you, King Dapper. Says, great show, Patrick. We'll be back next season, and the summer window will prove. New fresh eyes bringing players in. That's all we can ask for. That's a very good statement, and that's all we can also ask for. That's why I just want to hear. You know what? The 115 is for my peace of mind. I just want it to come out. Just bring out the news, whatever it is, man. It doesn't matter wherever it is. Somebody asked me a question. He's like, when the 115 comes in, and yes, that's another thing. This is City is right, guys. There is 317 of you, and there's only 61 likes, guys. This is the reason why I'm a fraud. This is the reason why I disappear. This is the reason why I do a show and promise you a show next time I not show up. Just like the video. If you like the video, it doesn't mean that they're going to charge you $1 or a cent. Just like the video.
I just liked it.
Yeah, Kelkster was about to say the same thing, because Kelkster is a fraud. She doesn't like the video. She just I like my own videos, by the way, and Kelkster doesn't like our own show. Our own show, she doesn't even watch our own show. But Kelkster, do you know I watch our own show? I go and watch the Kelkster Patch show and try to find out how to improve.
I don't listen to myself, so I'm not listening back.
That's why I'm saying
I'm afraid of what I sound like.
You know, when I started, Kelso,
especially when I've been drinking.
You know, when I started, somebody advised me. It's like, Patrick, sometimes you have to sit down and just watch yourself, and you sometimes see certain things where you're like, okay, I can do this better. Like, it is what it is. But I'll say, you know what? I'll start sending you clips. I'll start clipping us and sending you clips that you can see us. But big up to Dapper again. I'll go back for the super chat, and also big up to Martin, and also Martin for becoming a member. And guys, if you want to become a member, go ahead, become a member. But I think like the video, because as I said, there's a lot of you. There's 327 now, and the likes are only 60 something. I think we're being disingenuous. You know what I mean? Let's just like this show. There's been 300 and something of you for the past hour, so that means you're enjoying something. Unless you have got your own intuitions. Maybe you like the size of my mic. Okay. Okay.
Whoa. Size of your mic?
This mic. This mic.
Sure you mean your mic?
Oh, no. I just have to say. Okay, go ahead. What are you about to say? Kingdom, yeah.
I need to get off, man. It's time for me to go to bed.
Go sleep, man. Ken Dog, big up to you, man. Big up to you. And you know what, Ken Dog, big up to you. I enjoy your WhatsApp text, man, and especially when we're playing football.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah, big up. See you Sunday if you're awake, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you keep doing what you're doing, but you're doing well there, bro. So keep shouting me, bro. I keep coming on. Not a problem.
Yeah, you sound tired. I at a point in time, I think you were traveling like here in a bus. So go to bed, man. Good night, man. God bless you.
Yeah, all the best, man. God bless.
Yeah, big up.
Are we comparing mic sizes now?
Yeah. So
I am not in that conversation.
what's going on now? What's going on? I was talking about the mic as in this mic over here. That's what I'm saying. Because there's like 327. Then I was like, you've been here for 1 hour. Oh, here's Martin. Here's Martin.
Is Martin here to talk about his mic size?
What do you guys says can I come on, Pat? Oh, Martin. Okay. But yeah, that was just okay. I was wondering. I was like, did you write that a long time ago? You wrote that just 3 minutes ago. So big up, big up. Anyway, let me just read a few of these, Martin, and then I'll get back. Says, Kelly is hitting the nail on its head. Wow, Kelly's getting supporters. Anyway,
but thank you.
Yeah, 62 likes, 100 people. Let's aim for 100 likes. There's actually more than 100 people. The 100 people are on Twitter. The 300 people are on YouTube. Anyway, so anyway, let's see. It says Fulham, Brighton, Crystal Palace, CTC are not owned by ambition. No, I wouldn't say that. Martin, would you agree with this? I wouldn't agree to this.
He's probably not here anymore. But
Martin, would you agree to this? He says Fulham, Brighton, Crystal Palace, I don't have ambitious owners. I don't think that's a lie. I think every club has an ambitious owner.
Fulham, actually, Fulham might not. They're owned by Americans too.
This is my thing, and I think this is where the breakdowns come in. And I hear Prophet's point of view, and I get it. But what you got to realize is, like someone like me, who's been going for 40 odd years, you got to remember when we were kids, we had arrogance and entitlement stuffed down our faces 24/7. And we always said, and I know, listen, age is age and you can't help it. We always said we'll never be like them, which is why you get the be humble stuff to Arsenal fans. It is built in the club's DNA is, yes, we want to win. Yes, we want to be the best, but we do it in a humble way. We don't do it in an arrogant way. And that is something that the club try and still do. And I think this is where the disconnect is between a lot of the older fans and fans who are a bit younger or they're not grown up with that being thrown in the face. You can't help that. That's just an age thing. You can't help someone's age.
So you're basically saying you don't blame some of the younger fans who seem to. Oh, that's
no. I get it.
My daughter is 10 years old, Martin. Right? She's a City fan. Even though she was trying to start saying she's supporting Liverpool this season, I told her to shush. That there will be no jerseys in the house anymore. So anyway, it's the family. It's the family. It's the other side of the family that trying to throw in. So Martin, Ella has seen his trophies. Would you blame?
Exactly, and that's my point. Now, my son is 15. All he's seen is trophies, but because he's got me as a dad and his granddad and his uncle, who have been City fans, like I said, you all know about my dad and the City history that he's had.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me to jump into the arrogant entitlement. And people, yes, I get it. You do become a bit, but City to us has always been a big club. City to us was always huge. That's why we still brag about the highest attendance in English football ever to this day. That's why we were always so proud of selling 34,000 now in Division 2, now League One. That was something that was so proud to us of no matter where we were, we're behind you no matter what. And I think that's where the disconnect with the... So if you look at the people who have defended Pep and the people who have been a bit more, he's got one more season and he's out the door, that's fine. That's their opinion. There's no problem with that. But some will be a bit, because they're a bit like, this guy's giving me something I've never seen before. I'm never going to get rid of that. It's something, in a way, it sounds awful, this, but maybe Pep has been, at times, probably a little bit bigger than the club in terms of what he's brought. I think because the success has come so quick, so often, so much, it's hard. Sometimes you need to sit down and take a breath and realize what you've done.
So maybe people should accept it, because I don't think, like, you're right, Martin. Like, sorry for.
No, it's not about accepting it.
No, I mean accept that Pep. There was. Let me not lie. There was a point in time, I can't lie, when the winning was a lot, and people asked me, "Is Pep bigger than the club?" And I was saying yes. You know what I mean? It was too much. Like Pep was City at a point in time. Am I lying? When it was all in fire, when things were, I don't know how I'm saying, but I'm saying even though we might not accept, but there was a point in time where Pep was Pep. You know, every player was Pep, Pep, Pep. I'm going to City for Pep. You get my point, Martin. I'm not trying to say he is bigger than the club. I'm just saying there was a point in time where he was like too much. It was Pep. Just Pep City. That's what I'm saying. It was even fake is United. Let's not lie. Fergie was becoming bigger than United. It was fake is United. So I don't get it. Anyway, keep going.
No, the trouble is, like I'll use, and I'm sorry, like City Ultra in the comments is saying, tell us how to behave. No one is telling you to behave, but what the people who say we're allowed to be entitled say, they turn around and attack people like me or the older generation who say you've no standards. Because this is my point. There's fault on both sides here. And it just comes from a place of people have different upbringings of the club. That is what it is. People have a different upbringing and experience of the club. And that's what it is. No one should tell anyone how to support. The people who say we're allowed to be entitled and we've got standards have no right to tell someone who's been there in League One how to support the club. But on the other side, the older generation should be, if you want trophies, fine, no problem. Because they didn't experience what we experienced. This is the problem. It all comes down to ages, experience, and everyone can support in their own different way. The difference is, Pat, and people don't get this, because I said I'm not bothered about trophies and I love City no matter what, and I'll never be Pep out, I get the F out of this football club. It's fans like you who were dragging this club down.
Wait.
But the problem is, Pat,
the football club.
Yeah, no, not the club, some of the fans. But on the other side of the coin,
wait. How can you leave? I thought this is how you were raised.
No, but that's what I mean. I get told to leave or someone else. But on the other side of the coin, without fans like me, the club wouldn't be in existence now. Because we kept the club alive when it nearly went bankrupt.
Fair.
And this is the problem. We've all got a different experience.
So basically, it's a yin yang thing. Both sides have an importance. There's a yin yang here.
It's an individual thing. Nobody's gatekeeping. No one's doing everything.
Except Kilston.
Wow.
It's just the simple fact is, I'm going to support in a different way because my experiences are different. I was sat in the crowd, Pat, when we played Mansfield Town and there was 3,000 City fans in Main Road. 3,000. I was one of them.
Big up.
I was dreaming of a Wembley appearance at that time. I was like, if I can just get to Wembley once. I never thought I was going to get to 30 appearances at Wembley. And there's 20 clubs. They're all spending money. That's why 4 in a row has never been done ever. Ever. And even in our worst season, people call it, we're going to win an FA Cup potentially, which is a massive trophy, by the way. I don't believe this. It's a small trophy. It's the oldest cup competition in the world. That's why they were fighting over the TV broadcasting because of how important it was. It's not a little trophy. I know people see it as that. It's not. It's a major thing for us. And again, I think it's just down to experience. At the end of the day, Pat, this season, mate, Kelsey's been attacked. My children have had death threats this year because of the way I support the club.
Unacceptable.
So there's fault on both sides. So yes, as much as people are going, fans shouldn't gatekeep, well, I can say, well, fans shouldn't death threat my family because I love City no matter what, win, lose or draw. It works both sides. And this is the problem.
No, that is true. This is why I think this is why Where is Echeverry? Echeverry is in training. You're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to be patient. There's a question I saw.
Echeverry? He's on the winning team like every day in training. That's where he is.
It says we are comparing mic sizes now. No, I was just talking about something else. It says, what are your opinions of Gibbs White being number 8? We discussed it at the beginning. I just said I don't know where it says number 8. I said I am going to be smiling when he's holding that number 10 jersey and he's our new number 10. I will be smiling. I would do it 24 hours.
Florian Wirtz ain't going to be number 10.
I'm just saying, okay.
Is Florian Wirtz going to be 10 or is Florian Wirtz going to be 17?
Youngster, listen to this, right? And even, do you know what's better? Give Gibbs White the number 17 jersey. Please give Gibbs White KDB's jersey. I just want to see this. Let me just cook for a minute.
We already tarnished many companies' number. Do we have to tarnish KDB's as well?
Yeah, but listen to this. When I've seen the sources, right? Devin Onstin wrote that, City are looking at Wirtz or Gibbs White for KDB replacement. That's the first one we saw. Then our alarms rang. After that, the other sources said Gibbs White is close to going to City as he's on the list. And then the new one from Fab, I've never seen. I know the number 8 thing is coming because at Wolves he played number 8, but I haven't seen one saying, he's coming in to play. Remember that time when they were signing, what's his name? I forgot. They were saying Jack Grealish. They were saying, they have a plan for him, blah, blah, blah. It's just, I just have this feeling deep down inside that as much as people are praying for Wirtz, we might be disappointed. Your new number 10 might be Gibbs White. And you have to start accepting it. First of all, accept that Gibbs White is coming to City. Go buy his jersey. Very big up to you. Go buy his jersey. Number 2, you have to accept that Gibbs White might be your number 10. Because this Wirtz thing looks like, you know why?
Gibbs White is an 8. He's not going to be a 10.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Kilster.
He's not going to be a 10.
Which reliable resource have you seen that Wirtz is coming to City? Which one?
Oh, I'm on the record saying Wirtz is not coming to City. I've said that multiple times.
Can I ask you a question, Pat? If Wirtz doesn't come to City, who gets the blame? Is it Pep? Is it Chica? Is it Biano? Is it Caldoon?
It's nobody's fault.
No, I think if he doesn't come to City, it's because he doesn't want to. It's because of Wirtz. It's not because of anything we've done. I think we've done everything we can to get him. And if he doesn't want to come, it's because he doesn't want to come.
This is what I'm saying.
And that's the part I'm trying to get to people of is going out. No one's going to go out the stadium with pitchforks and torches and go, we want Wirtz or else.
Yeah,
there's nothing you can do.
This is what I keep telling people. I was like, if Gibbs White is the only one who looks like he wants to come. So at the end of the day, don't cry. If Gibbs White is your number 10, I don't know. I'm not going to cry. I've accepted it, and I'm going to love this. I'm going to enjoy. And you know what? I'll go as far as saying the next jersey. No, I actually bought a jersey already. They won the greenish and black one. I'm going to put Gibbs White at the back of that just to cement this. As I put Haaland.
The trouble is, Pat, and I'm going to jump in a minute, so I do apologize. The problem is, Pat, fans in 2025 are very angry. Society is very angry around the world in 2025. I had this debate earlier with Daps about people not even holding doors open and saying thank you for people anymore.
Oh, that's
people
done. That is done.
That's what I mean. And it's like, but fans in 2025, and this is all football clubs, think they can choose formation and they have a say in transfers. And that baffles me. It used to be, yeah, we can debate it, we can talk it, we can debate till the cow come home. But Vater, me, Kelster, you, Billy down the road, is not going to change anything, no matter how hard you cry.
Yeah, but can I ask you something though, Martin? We can still debate it, isn't it? You accept.
Of course
that.
you can. Of course you can debate. You can debate, but trouble is, Pat, the debates this season have gone to falling out and aggressiveness and over the top. Because this is my point earlier. If the meltdowns this season and we finish second and win an FA Cup, and that's the meltdowns on that, what happens if we finish third?
I don't know. I think it'll be good. Anyway, welcome to.
Do you understand what I mean? You're setting a precedent for yourself of where you're going to go. It then does become league or bust, treble or bust, double or bust. Because like Prophet, and that's his opinion, said, I don't just want one, I want multiple. but nobody wins multiple year after year.
Mhm.
Nobody does. Nobody ever has done.
Prophet has been consistent. Big up
No,
Prophet. Prophet
no,
has been
you're not.
No, no,
You're
that's
missing.
fine.
You're missing what I'm saying. Hold on. I'm saying we compete for multiple trophies. Where we end up, nobody knows. Maybe 1, 2, maybe 0. But did we put in a good challenge? No, I can't be expecting multiple trophies every season. That has never. Well, I don't know if it has happened consistently in La Liga or wherever else, maybe on Mars. But I am not expecting that. But to put in the challenge based on where we are now with the owners that we have now. Maybe 10 years from now, different owners are 100 years from now, different owners, different expectations. But as it is now,
Yeah, I agree.
we challenge on
But
multiple fronts.
would the
And there we
Newcastle
go.
not want to do that? Do Arsenal want to do that? The Liverpool not want to do that?
They do, but they can't.
I'm
Newcastle
not thinking
can.
about Newcastle or Liverpool.
If Newcastle get their act in order, they will
I'm
be
dealing
able
with
to.
City.
It's only a matter. It's not a matter of if, it's when for Newcastle.
But did we
Yeah, it's a
try?
matter
Did
of when
we
with
compete?
Newcastle, not if.
If we compete, and that's fine. Did we compete? Did we challenge? Yes, we did our best. Fine. Back to the drawing board. But this season, to see the same thing happening over and over, I imagine that's what some of the fan base has a problem with. Losing to Liverpool, fine, it does happen. But we continue to do the same thing. All right, season is almost over. UCL seems to be in the bag. Maybe a FA Cup. A trophy is a trophy, whether it's Carabao Cup or UCL or FA Cup. Take it. Let us see what
No,
we can
but
come up with next season.
Prophet,
Who to tell? Maybe Liverpool.
we've always lost at Anfield. We've always lost at Anfield. We've lost at Anfield every year for 35, 40 years. That doesn't change no matter what owners you've got. We always
And it
lose at
can
Anfield.
change. How do we approach again? Recently, Liverpool always came and didn't beat us at City, and they have changed that. They beat us, so maybe it's a different mindset. But it is what it is. Did we compete? Because I know we went there one season. We draw 2-2. The game was good. We actually went there and didn't fear the atmosphere. Doesn't guarantee a win, but did we show up as ourselves? So that's what I am dealing with. Did we show up as ourselves? You can win, you can lose, it can be in between. Show up as yourself. So that's basically what I'm saying. Maybe City doesn't win anything for the next 5 years because guess what? As I said, maybe Arsenal, their board decides that you know what, we're going to buy Osimhen and 2 other world class wingers. Maybe Newcastle spends the money, they go on to things, and City is there and thereabouts. But that is all we can ask for. There and thereabouts, maybe a screechy cup here and win a league title here. But being ourselves. So that's basically what my gripe is this season now. For most of the season, we were not ourselves. We were afraid to try things. We were afraid to do things. Let us see what next season brings. May not have a trophy, but where we ourselves, are we playing decent enough football? And there we go. So that's basically where I am at. Because City, as I said, the board, Khaldun and friends, they showed us a vision. That's what I am working with. Yeah? We want to be a big club. So trying to be a big club or to be an established big club, there are certain things you have to overcome. Certain things you have to put on the table. So that's where I am at with it. Will we win? I don't know. Did we give a good account? Fine, I'll take it. Let us see what the other season brings. Newcastle is coming because it's getting harder and harder every season. So what are we going to do about it? What are our plans to stay in the mix? So that's what I'm dealing with. Yeah. So I'm not expecting this year treble, next year a treble, the year after that a treble, the year after that, year after that. That is not going to happen. But are we being ourselves? Did we compete? This season, we didn't do anything. We shot the bed basically. So let us see, regroup. Let us see what happens next season. I don't know who is coming, whether it's Gibbs White, words come, it doesn't matter. Whosoever we get, let us see how we're going to go forward next season. And if it's madness, we ask more questions. We get a trophy here and there and we compete. All right, that side was better than us. Congratulations. See you again next season. So that's where I'm at with the football.
Big up to you, Prophet. Big up to you. So we're joined by Veta. Veta, we're about to close, but just because it's you, I'll give you 10 minutes. Just
Appreciate it.
yeah, just because it's you. So big up Veta, guys. Go subscribe to Mancunian Way. If you're coming from Mancunian Way, you already subscribed. But if you're from the True City Fan channel, you can subscribe to Mancunian Way. You can also subscribe to Veta Games. Veta has been busy recently, he says, but he'll get back to his shows. We miss his shows because at least Veta is always calm and very relaxed. Maybe we need a Veta at this moment in time. But anyway, Veta. So Veta, we talked about Gibbs White. Obviously, everybody has their opinion. I saw your comment underneath Fab's post. You said he will be great or something. I don't know if you said something very positive.
I said, if I'm remembering correctly, I said let's see Pep unlock him. Something.
Yeah, you said Pep could unlock him. Well, what is he unlocking? Because the guy is 25 years old, isn't he? What exactly are we unlocking?
Yeah. So first, I'm gonna address all of you ageists out there. All of you ageists out there. First, you want to talk about too young. You want to talk about too old. Talk about he's 25. He's not established. He's not what he's gonna be. Now, do we see the majority of what he is? Yes. Is there more that he can do? Absolutely, under Pep. So when I say I want to see what Pep unlocks in this player, is like if there's anything that jumped off the screen to me watching games, was we need legs. We need, and again, when I say we need legs, we need legs and lungs. Because when Bernardo was in his pump, I'm not saying Bernardo's washed. I'm not saying he's an uncle. But when Bernardo was in his pump, the man was relentless up and down the pitch. And the pressing, which we executed as a club, was a difference maker, right? And I think Gibbs White, yes, is he the most sexy on the ball player? Is he going to bang in those goals? Probably not. But the work rate that I think we need for what Pep wants to potentially do moving forward, he fits. He checks that box. And we can't ignore that he also checks the box with regards to an English player if we happen to lose English players in the summer. So I like what he has in terms of that profile. I also believe that he could be an international player. He could get the call up. I don't know if he has already, but he could get the call up, because did we not see Gallagher get the call up for England? Did we not see him, Gallagher, a player that was kind of dismissed, actually doing bits now in La Liga? So I just want to say that I'm not crazy negative on the signing. If people are looking at this as KDB's out the door, he's coming in to be KDB, okay, you guys take a second, go for a walk, get some fresh air. Our club is not getting Gibbs White as the KDB replacement.
No,
they are getting Gibbs White in terms of a player that's going to fit what Pep's probably going to look to do, and that is some heavy pressing, either without the ball or just losing possession. And that's where I'm a little calm with it. Now, there's so much that can happen this summer, and that's why I'm a little more reserved. I can have my meltdowns. Yes, I can be yelling at the screen. I could, talk to my two kids and be like, I don't know what's going on with my club. And they can be like, but Daddy, they're playing well. I'm like, yeah, but they're not playing as well as I want. I'm confident. I'm confident to be like, you know what? Pep's got a few things wrong. The players have had a few mistakes that have cost us some wins, whether it's been Champions League or in the league. And we will be better for it next season. I'm like, guys, the club's always shown us to want to get back to winning. Why is there a meltdown now that there's not going to be that type of perspective or pursuit for next year? Like, how are so many magical, memorable things that have happened not so long ago? Because we won the four-peat. Before that, we won the treble. Before that, obviously, we won back-to-back. Before that, we took the title away from Liverpool. Like, how are we ignoring all of that ambition that the club's shown? And now we're like, oh, doom and gloom. The club's not serious. Oh, they're incompetent. Oh,
Says, what have you done for me lately?
But see, I can't be like that.
Players have damn tools. Players don't care.
Yeah, players aren't playing for the badge. Players are done. I mean, I get it, because honestly, for some, this has been the most difficult season that they've faced in a long time or ever, right? But we're competing against other clubs that aren't perfect either. We're competing against other clubs that have not been perfect. Liverpool got their run, yes, but you listen to them talk, they're not expecting to continue this way. You look at all that's been invested at the other clubs and they're still getting it wrong. I think we're going to be smart enough. I think Pep's not going to want to be embarrassed, if that's maybe a word for him. I don't know him personally, but I think for when you've been a person that have had success in a certain way, you don't want that fall off to be like this. You also don't want to have, hey, I extended for 2 more years, so for those to be 2 losing years. I just don't get on how the meltdowns have been so consistent. One-offs, like blips, like, oh, spike, we just lost. But some of the meltdowns have been like steady rising. And part of it, I'll be honest with you, yes, work and life has been crazy busy for me, and I'm happy for it because it means I can provide for my family.
Yeah, he's been ignoring my channel, Pat. Don't worry, he's been ignoring it.
No, that's not true. I've been in the comments.
Martin,
complete fraud.
Martin, he's in our comments, but he doesn't come on anymore. He's very important now.
No,
he's too busy with the gal now. Have you not noticed that? He's found his new friends.
Yeah, he shows up. He shows up there. No. But no, Martin, this man is very busy. Even in the group chat, we don't see a peep from him anymore. But he puts a like. I've noticed he puts a he just say he's there.
Do you know what it is for me? Do you know what it is for me that I find mad? Is I think better summed up perfectly there. Liverpool's fall off was bigger than ours.
Chelsea's also and Arsenal's, by the way.
Chelsea's fall off, Arsenal's fall off, and it's like our fall off is the worst in the world. Pep's first season was worse than this.
Yeah,
equally as frustrating too.
And I think people sort of forgave it because it was like first season and we needed to get. By the way,
except that fella, Martin, except that fella on TV, that City fan on TV, that other fella.
Yeah, well, exactly. He wanted Simeone out. He wanted Simeone in, and not. I mean, but bless the old fella. But you remember, it was like it's the exact same, but instead of the midfield, it was the defense. Then it was Clichy, Kolarov, Zabaleta. That were all getting called uncles, all getting called old.
That time the name uncle was not there
yet.
It's
a term we've all been using.
Yeah,
and this time it's just midfield.
Not pensioners.
Never said that.
You started that. You said pensioners.
Did someone call them retirees? Did anyone say that?
No. I think somebody called them pensioners, but I don't know who that is.
You called them pensioners.
Yours
pensioners.
Veta, how old's Mo Salah?
Grandpa's once, and then I said,
how old's Mo Salah?
33.
Van Dijk is 34.
How old's Van Dijk?
34.
He's an uncle.
Yeah.
The bloody expensive uncles. Yeah, but they're champion uncles.
Yeah. I think I heard someone say grandpas the other day.
I've said grandpas like once. But then I reverted. I went back to uncle.
Do you know the thing? I remember
it's a term of endearment for me.
I
as a kid was my uncle.
I have stopped calling them uncles and grandpas because I realized that I'm actually
older. You call them pensioners.
No, I'm actually older than this fella, so I don't know why I'm calling them that. So, okay, so there's a super chat here from behind. It says, big up for the $6.99. Big up to you, man. Appreciate it. It says we all want the best for City. If the owner wants to win, I will have that mentality. When we officially become number 3 best team in the EPL, win a trophy or bust. Hashtag Paypal. He's still on that. Yeah, guys. Okay, so great stream, guys. Have a great night. Good night to you, Feedham and Kenyon. Big up.
Listen, I totally found. Oh my God, Fee's changed the name. Look at that. That's a good employee, isn't it? That's a good employee down there. Look at Fee there. Well done, Fee.
Yeah,
I'll send you wages in the post.
They should do that, though, isn't it? That Feedham and Kenyon.
No, she's part of the channel now. I'm taking over the world. I've got Tone, I've got Fee. Yeah. I'm taking over now. Who else wants to join the revolution?
Don't drop Kilkstar. The Kilkstar Veda, these are all I have.
Don't worry. 5-year deals.
My other one is
Martin's
busy.
gonna start the American channel stream.
Do you know what?
The other channel stopped doing it.
I wanted to ever get a show.
Yeah, Vader is an American because he's
I
in the
wanted to
Americas.
get a show with
Hey,
Cow and
Vader's on it. Vader's on it. We've already confirmed. We've agreed terms negotiated.
Oh, wait, is it Villa
Ooh,
Canadian?
I'm hurt. I haven't been reached out to yet. I'm hurt.
Yeah, I'm
hurt.
Canadian.
No, I am gonna reach out. It's gonna be. Don't worry.
Don't forget
I've got
Spartacus,
many.
Americas.
Wait.
No,
Martin,
he's bloody Brazilian.
Wait,
Can't
Martin,
go that
Still in
far.
South America.
wait. Martin,
The
You sound like
Americas.
Trump now. You sound like Trump now. He's taking it over a lot. Everyone's going in.
So Martin,
South
you're bringing back the
America.
American show, Martin. The American show, you're bringing it back.
No, I am bringing it back. No, it's starting in. It's gonna start in May, June. I'm still negotiating. I'm not negotiating. I'm trying to sort out a time that works for everyone at the minute.
Wait, did I tell you?
Because the trouble is with America, because there's an East Coast and a West Coast, and they've all got different time zones. It's hard to try and get everyone in together.
That's facts.
Did I tell you I'm 2% American?
Look at him, eh? You're shameless.
He said 2%.
I was just born in America, but most of my lineage is European.
What part of Europe?
I'm Swiss and German.
Yeah,
My grandmother literally immigrated to America from Germany during a certain time period we won't mention. And then I have a family history going back to Switzerland.
I was about to say Guten Tag,
1600s.
but anyway. What else? So anyway, so Vet, are you done with your rant?
I do want to say this real quick. We've got 3 games left.
Yeah.
4.
Well, 4 including FA.
Final.
I think how do I want to? I'm trying to find the right way to put this. I want to see our fan base be more like what we were before the losses and the meltdown. And I say that only because, and we've had the conversation a few times, you and me, Pat, obviously. I haven't had the pleasure of having this with Kels, but Martin and I've talked about it. When we were obviously doing our thing, even in our highest moments, we weren't acting like past United fans or Liverpool fans or Arsenal fans. Like when we were in our pump winning, we weren't punching downward. When I want us to still be City fans, also when we were in our most vulnerable or poor part of the season, and not have the chaotic lost of trust. So for the last remaining games, let's try and take a step back and just watch and maybe have a perspective on what the manager and the club's trying to do to close out the season and set up for the next season. Because there's been too much negativity, like these players aren't playing and it's a bad thing, like it's a slight on the player or a slight on the manager. There's a winning formula sometimes, right? There's like, okay, this is clicking, let's keep the same back four, or this is clicking, let's keep the same relative midfield. I tweeted this a while back. I think Pep, in a certain degree, to close out the season, it is a farewell tour a little bit. He is saying, goodbye to certain players that are playing, and I think he's also sending a message to certain players that aren't touching the pitch that are older. Mm-hmm. Like, your future isn't here. The younger players, it's kind of like, I'm going to give you guys time next season.
Wait. On that note, do you see? Obviously, Martin, you can join in a Veta, but I want to go to Veta first. Do you see how, or is it just me, or maybe they say I always like agendas, but I don't think this is an agenda. We're all on the same TV. Mm. There's a bit of bitterness from KDB in his interviews. Am I wrong? There is a bit of pushback. Are you hearing the interviews? Because look, I thought that, okay, the first interview he did, I was like, I understand he's pissed off. The second one was like proper, like, a bit cheeky, saying, you know what, they don't want me, I will still stay here, I'll find a club in the Premier League. I did this, I look like, he even said, I told them I'm good enough to play, and if I wasn't good enough to play, I still wouldn't be doing it. So how do you see that? Because I was like, my God, it looks like the meeting did not go so well. Because he said, they told him in a short speech saying we're not renewing. It was nothing discussed, nothing not big. So he looks like he's fuming. Do you think he has the right to be fuming?
I think Yeah, I think he does have the right to fume, and this is why it's still football and it's still a sport that's played with emotion. KDB represents himself, right? And let me say this real quick. If you're a player representing yourself, it's some of the most difficult thing to do with regards to negotiating, because you're sitting at the table and you're hearing the club, the opposition, tell you all the reasons why they're not giving you what you want, right? But it's negotiations, and it's hard not to take that personal. It's hard not to hear, we don't want to give you this much next season. It's hard not to hear, we don't think you'll be playing this much next season. But it's negotiations. If you had a representative, I think things would be a lot different. But obviously, he's got more money in his pocket because he's represented himself, and he was brilliant to do it a couple of seasons ago. The same thing kind of happened with regards to Sterling. I think the unfortunate part is this happens to every player, because there comes a point where it's either the player saying, I'm leaving you guys, or it's the club saying, thank you, it's time for you to go. And we would have either been upset with KDB saying he's leaving the club, or KDB is going to be upset with the club saying it's time to move on. I hear it, but I don't take it. I don't put too much value in it, because that's a natural reaction that any professional would have. And that's the mentality that he's had all his years to why he's so great. I can do it. I can still do it. And sometimes it's got to be like, I say this all the time, maybe Kels can relate. North American sports with NFL, Bill Belichick often said it's better to let a player go a year early than have them leave a year late.
Do you know where he got that from? He got that from Bill Walsh, who ran the 49ers when they were good. That's my team. I'm from San Francisco. That's my team. Bill Walsh was ruthless. He got rid of Joe Montana.
But Kelsey, can I just say the one, because I know this because I follow a lot of American sports and I've been to America countless. Some American fans, not all, they are a bit more ruthless with players and teams and that. I think some of it, because I know this in the UK, we are very emotional thing on players. We're very, don't leave me, don't ever go, and that's why we do all these. Everyone wants 15 statues around the Etihad all of a sudden now. We're giving everyone a statue, and it's like, hang on a minute, can't give everyone a statue here. That's going way over the top.
Wait, hold on. You can't say that, Martin. You think there's too many statues right now?
No, I'm talking about the amount of people that, when you say who deserves a statue, you get a list of 10 players. Rodri, KDB, Pep.
KDB does.
There's gonna be no. I agree with that.
Rodri, our first Ballon d'Or, does.
Yeah.
No, Veta, I agree. But what happens in 10 years when there's further superstars that come through the door?
Well, we keep the statues we have. You're not getting.
You're just going to end up running out of room.
Plats, if you just gain plats.
Well, then maybe yeah, I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Maybe some of the early ones shouldn't have been statues.
Well, I said this about Rodri. You know this debate about KDB being our
Whoa,
greatest
no,
player?
Martin, you're not gonna wait. Hold on, Kels, you're not getting away with that. You're gonna let Kels get away with someone maybe shouldn't have gotten a statue.
I'm saying maybe.
No, you can't say maybe, because now, like, who?
Don't make me pick, because I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna say keep them off.
She can't.
Wait. Who?
You have to give KDB a statue, and I think you have to give Rodri one.
Yes, but you said maybe someone shouldn't have gotten a statue.
But Kelsey, Haaland deserves one.
I think company.
Haaland's not there for me yet. Not yet.
Wait.
No, that's what I mean in the future, though.
If Haaland breaks the Premier League goal scoring record, yes.
I think people are gonna hate me, Martin, but did company deserve that statue?
Of course he did.
Yes, he did.
I agree.
Wait, no, right there. No, because
the one thing I will say this: it's hard because I know for a fact that there was negotiations. There was.
Yeah.
What the trouble is, none of us know what level of finance. We don't know. KDB might have said, I still want me 400 grand a week, because Rob Dawson come out with a report saying KDB wanted to stay on the same terms he's on now. Well, City aren't going to give KDB 400 grand a week to be a bit part player. On the other side of the coin, KDB may not want to have been a bit part player.
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted to play a lot, because he said himself, I've still got a lot to give. There's a World Cup year coming up. Is he going to want to? We do all this. Well, KDB off the bench for 20 minutes at the end of a game is fabulous. Well, has anyone asked KDB if he wants to do that?
Yep.
And that's the side of the coin we're not seeing. Yeah, but we're not seeing that. The same way we didn't see David Silva, we didn't see Aguero, we didn't see Zabaleta, Yaya, all of that.
Listen,
we've lost legends before, and we got better.
The departures are always difficult because even though everything's now cool and all love there, but Aguero's last year, that was tough, right? And even with regards to like Yaya's last year, I know maybe for different reasons, but Yaya's last year was tough as well. Like it's never comfortable when a player is kind of like on that brink. And I get KDB's mentality for why he would want to remain here and why he would also say, I think I got more to give. I didn't like hearing that he would still want to play in the Prem, but that's here nor there. But I get the mentality. So I just wish things were a little different in terms of he was ending his stint here with a title versus.
In fact, I was about to say, KDB was lifting a title in 2 weeks. I don't think anybody's reacting like this. I honestly think if you go in, here's the title, he lifts it as captain. What a way to go out! You can't get better than that. Because he's going in a emotional season, I'll call it that.
Yeah,
people are gonna react to that departure in a very different way. But if Florian Wirtz comes in 2 weeks later, no one's gonna say we should have kept KDB.
He's having the worst departure of all of our legends, right?
Yeah, it's a weird
He's the one
one.
leaving.
They all left with titles,
Yeah.
Like Vinny and the
title season.
Aguero still left with the title.
Yeah, it's a weird one because it's like someone said to me, it's because everything's gone bad. When everything's going bad, you always look at the negatives. Always. We do that in human life. But we always say, oh, bad things coming through. But there's an old saying that goes through life I can't remember it fully. Is it like be gracious in winning or humble in defeat or something like that? You've got to do both. This season we've not been good enough. Some of the players haven't been good enough. We know the reasons: injuries, Pep's divorce, everything.
Now, can I ask you guys this? Given KDB's last season, all right, our 4P, you guys can understand why the club would be like, KDB, you got to take a lesser role. KDB, we got to reduce your wages because of the season last year and this season. He hasn't been available the way we would want.
Unstable,
right. So that's where, yeah.
He's only just recently started playing like really good form. Because I would say up until about maybe a month ago, I was like, yeah, he looks done at this level. And it's only been these last couple of weeks where he has started to look like himself. But
I personally, I'll be honest with you,
you just don't know what's like.
But it's still not good enough. I think so.
No, but apart from the goal on Friday night,
but we need 3 days, 3 games.
Yeah, apart from the goal on Friday night, he wasn't really in the game.
Yeah, he did nothing. Yeah. The other time I saw him was getting subbed.
Anyone was in that game,
and we can't have him. We can't have him play a bit role because if we're gonna have that
rhythm, not rebuild then.
Yeah, we're gonna need him for champs and Prem. We're gonna need that, and I don't think he can give us that intensity back-to-back games. So it is an unfortunate. We got to say thank you.
I think there's a difference with the Bernardo and the Gundo. There's a difference because they've only got 1 year left. You know they're coming to the end. You know there is a departure date to them. You know they're going.
Carry them another season. I really don't.
Well, I'll say this: if either of them were up for contracts, I think we're dealing with the same thing. Like if they were in
the if Bernardo was out of contract, he's not being renewed. That's the difference. Yeah. Gundo, they had to do because they put it in the agreement at the beginning.
Yeah, they did, and it got activated.
That could haunt us.
Again, look from Never Fire has a message for our sources. Just wanted to thank you, Pat, Martin, Kels, and anyone else in the chat for all the love and support on my channel and the podcast. We appreciate it. Bigger and better things to come. Big up to you, Never Foul. Not never far. Never in my
Yeah,
never in my
whoa.
lifetime.
I
Never
am going to
big
shoot
up-
my lifetime.
Yeah,
the one thing I
big up
will
to
say.
United
Not in my,
Sam.
yeah,
Go
not
ahead,
in my
man.
lifetime. Big up
I
to
do
the two
genuinely
guys.
think. I think Pundit Jay, I don't know if anyone follows him, put an amazing tweet out about a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I follow him. Yeah, I follow
I
him.
follow
And it
him,
was
yeah.
an amazing tweet. And he even said, when you look at everything we've gone through this year, Rodri's injury, midfield aging, the defence being ripped apart by injury, Pep being in and out with his personal life, Foden having off-field issues, which still hasn't been resolved fully, everything. And then still to win a trophy potentially and potentially
Holland.
come second or third. I think we're going to look back at this season and in a few years' time and go, you know what? We actually did all right there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
If that 1 in 14 had been 7 in 10, or if we'd have got 5 defeats in 14 and won 7 of them, I don't think we're doing that. I think the 1 in 14 clouded a lot of things. I think it clouded it, and it was just like Pep said himself. We've never had an injury crisis like this season. Never.
Yeah.
But that's the price you pay for playing nearly 300 games in 4 years. All of them with a small squad.
I hear it.
I'm just scared of it happening again. I just really hope the club has learned their lesson, and I think the manager is learning a lesson too. Like,
I
because if
think
he
that's
just keeps playing the same players over and over again next season, we might run into the same issues.
Nah,
Patrick.
he's gonna change. He's gonna change.
Patrick,
really
I
hope
know
so,
you're trying to wrap
at the
up
end
the
of the
show.
day, he's still just going with what he knows, and
For now he is. But I think
he might
Yeah,
be.
for
He
now.
just might be at the point where he's, you may not be able to teach a dog new tricks.
No, he's doing it now. No, he's doing it now, Kels, because he's trusting the players that have got him over the line for 4 years running.
The underlying theme of this entire season is because I'm a people watcher. Like when I go with the kids and they're playing at the park or whatever, or you to go to concert, whatever. I like to people watch. I like to see this when I've watched and I've taken a step back and watched the Manchester City fan base. I've watched all of us. The underlying theme has been fear, and you just see how people react differently to the fear.
We've heard that before, Gundalorian.
The fear has been. You see how people react to this fear, and it's just like, let's continue to trust and see what happens.
Gundalorian's big line of the season is playing with fear.
By the way, do you know this? I mean, I've heard, I know Toxin said it and loads, and I know Carl said it, and Pep stubborn won't change. But we've always said Pep never plays the same system every year.
Yeah.
So it does change then.
Pep's honestly, if you want to go philosophy with the how direct we've been, okay, all right. But what I've noticed, because again, I geek out. I watch the games in real time. Obviously, I'm cheering, losing my mind, and then I'm like, I watched the game. Yes, I torture myself even with the loss. I watched the game a second time, and Pep doesn't run. He doesn't run the same 11 back-to-back games, and he doesn't run the same approach. It may look to it because we're so possession dominant, and yes, there's going to be the side to side, but there's times where it's like when you watch it a second time, you're like, I know Pep's putting the players in these positions. Why didn't Bernardo or Kova or Gunn? Why didn't you guys release the pat? Like sometimes it's just there's a mix of Pep could have maybe been a little more forceful and done things, but then there's also these players were in positions to be successful and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. We have a chance to have such a great bounce back with regards to how we've been in the eyes of all the rivals and especially ourselves next season. I think Pep's going to change. He's been changing it. We didn't run the same system we did for the trouble season.
He's changed it the last 7 games. But what you might see now is, you noticed on Friday night, O'Reilly looked knackered. That's the problem with youngsters.
Yeah.
They can't go for.
They're going to be inconsistent.
Yeah. So you probably might see changes on Saturday now. Because he'll notice that and go, O'Reilly's now looking a bit off it.
Do we only need?
Not because he's
gets
bad.
knackered and gets arrested
Because
because poor guy's gonna die.
Do we only need 4 points of the next 9? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
We need a win and a draw.
I think we're gonna get.
And then
that,
we're good
so.
for top 5, right?
All 9 points.
It's going 9 for 9.
Wait.
Honestly,
No, I know we.
All
I know
9 points.
I'm saying no. Mathematically, if we only get 4, we're still top 5, regardless of what the others do.
I think everybody wants to get 9 so that we can get second.
9 points.
Yeah,
so that
I
there's
want
no
the
It's going to be
guys.
interesting
No,
because a
trust
lot of
me,
these
I want to
teams are
win
going to
every
start
game.
playing each other. I mean, the Chelsea-Liverpool game was a shocking result, but Arsenal-Newcastle played soon. One of them's dropping points. Arsenal
4 points gets us there. Yeah,
Yeah,
4
right.
points were there. 4
Okay.
points were there.
I want the
Yeah.
9. Don't get me wrong. I want the 9 as well.
because I want to finish second. I have agendas.
Well, also, I don't think Pep will give up. I don't think he's going to settle for just qualifying for Champions League. I think he's going to go for it in all 3 games because he'll want to get as high as he can because we'll get a better pot if we're in a higher. If we finish 3rd or 2nd, it'll be a much better draw.
He might change it
for it in every single game.
So hold on.
He might change it for them. Yeah,
The
if we've qualified and won the FA Cup, I think he'll change it round at Fulham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Rodri. Oh my God, I'm literally gonna cry. I will literally cry if Rodri plays that game.
Cry in like tears
in a
of
good
joy?
way, like tears of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
This
that's the
season
thing.
has
People
probably
are
been
back
so
now.
bad for me because like
Are
I
you
just
a good
I
crier,
miss watching
Kels? Are you a
Rodri
good
play.
crier?
No,
I
but
love that guy.
Haaland's back. No, but Haaland's back. Rodri's back. Everyone's coming back now. Akanji's back. So
but
he's
is it
going to
gonna
start
be-
changing it.
Ooh, who's gonna miss out on the squad then?
Wait, Rodri, isn't it going to be too soon
when
to bring
Rodri comes
Rodri
back,
now?
who's getting booted from the squad?
I don't want to see Rodri.
But-
I want to
but
see
Pat-
Rodri on the bench. I
Pat-
don't want to see him play.
O'Reilly?
Rodri is now full training.
He can be on the bench. I don't want him to touch pitch. though.
He's
I think
full
he'll be on the
training.
bench for. I think the first game he's in the squad, he won't touch the pitch, but the second one, maybe.
The thing is, Pat, as
that
soon as
from the beginning of the
Pep
season.
said it, as soon as the green light's given, he's back. Pep said that.
Jesus Christ.
But for me, him being back will be coming. He'll sub first. I cannot see him starting a game this season. I can see him coming off the bench. I just personally don't see him starting a game this season.
Never say never.
But
Okay,
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and I accept that. But
Yeah,
I
so-
personally
No,
see him
I'm-
subbing
yeah.
at least twice.
No, but wouldn't it be good? You win the FA Cup, you secure top 4 or 5, whatever, and you finish as high as you can. You go to Fulham with nothing to do, and you can go, right, Etcheberry, go. Whoever, go. McAtee, have your goodbye.
I think the fan base would go mad and crazy.
Dude, we
They'll
would
lose it.
explode
They'll
if
lose it. They're going to
Messi got on the pitch.
if they see a Jeffrey, no matter even he drops a stinker, they'll go crazy.
Yeah,
It'll be a
we
good
will go
game.
crazy even if he sucks.
I know LB will.
Dude.
So here, let me just close this. So big up Mancinian Way for the 2 months a subscription. Big up Martin. And then big up to Martin for the €10 that you owed me the €10 you've just paid me back as a super chat, but I still accept that.
I owe you. What do I owe you for?
Okay, so King Dapper 1999, a big up to you. And then yours Highness with the Canadian dollars $6.99. Big up to all of you and appreciate it. As me and Martin and a few other city YouTubers, we're not working at the moment. We appreciate when we see people throwing us these gifts. They will.
Hey, I'm working. My YouTube is now my work.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
go.
doing this. Imagine I'm the speech. You've my grind speech. I was getting to the sad part.
Why do you think I'm on my 5th stream of the day?
I
And
know.
I'm about
I
to
know.
do a space. You think I'm doing this for the fun here, son?
I know.
Are you
So
doing a space later?
you know what? I'm going to
Started
join.
listening to that.
I'm going to join Martin and Dabs.
That's not
Dabs is
bad.
doing 2 streams a day. I will start off with 1 because I don't think I can do 2 streams a day. I'll start off with 1, but I want to make sure that I want to do another stream in the morning. But Sunday Blues is back because this is when I think I get to connect with the American fellas. Basically, if you think about it, Sunday Blues was the first show with Americans.
Stop nicking me ideas. Why is everyone going off to stateside? Stop it.
It was though.
The
It
big
was.
market.
There was
You're
Cow.
just doing what
There
the
was
club is doing.
Veta.
You're
Isn't
coming
it
for
Cow?
the American
No,
market.
No,
There
I've
was-
copywritten it. I've copywritten it. You can't do it anymore.
Well, to be fair, the first person who stole your idea doesn't seem to be doing it anymore. So
Okay.
maybe it's not a winner. I don't know.
I know. Then I'll be doing more. The morning shows. Yeah, the morning
Right,
shows.
anyway, I'm going to shoot. Pat,
I'll be-
everyone get
Are you
this
in a
guy to
space?
5K. Yeah, I'm about to do a space. Beta,
I'm tuning in.
I will see you all soon.
I'll see you
I'm
guys
off
in
to
there.
do my
I
space.
just listen.
Bye,
Don't
all.
worry. I won't come on your space. I'll just listen.
Pause.
Who's LB?
What?
Left backs.
Why did you say pause?
She was like, I'm going to come on your space. I'm like, yeah, it's but pause. I just said pause. I'm coming from
no,
Why,
no,
because I'm gonna go listen to his face.
I'm coming from never foul. Believe me.
What's he doing there? That is lowering the tone.
These
Even
TV streams are bloodbaths. Listen to Martin's spaces. That is a true bloodbath.
Oh,
I love the way Kelster's so just letting it go over the net so much.
No, Kels is strong enough. She throws in her
I have
own
very
jabs.
thick skin.
She throws in her own jabs. She threw one at on LB's channel. I think people didn't get it. It didn't get to the head yet.
People are asking in the chat. People are asking in the chat what you mean, Pat. Go on, explain yourself.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'll let Pat. I'm gonna go feed the kids. Listen,
I'm going to feed the cats. On that note, I'm also going to feed the cat. Probably.
You said my cat was evil, Pat.
Yeah. Your cat does the evil thing. But anyway, thank you very much, guys, and have a lovely evening. And from me, just make sure you like the video. There was about 400 of you, so just like the video. Go subscribe to Veda Games, McKinney Way. Go follow Kickstar. She's almost on 500. She's on 443 people. Go follow her. The more people follow her, the more people that can check her and make sure that her life is a living hell. So make sure. Go follow Prophet if you can find him on Twitter. But Prophet, I like him. He's always on his opinion. Comes in with the Western, what do you call that? Caribbean accent.
West Indian.
Yeah. So anyway, big up, Veda. Veda, nice to see you. I hope you're coming back, Veda, because a lot of people are asking where you are, and
I hear it.
Sometimes life happens, and you just have to take care of your personal life. No shame in that.
No, big up, man, big up. Don't just invite this criminal Kelkster on your channel. You start back.
I'm still in the probationary status on the CIA.
She's starting to bring.
Maybe I'll be stuck in prohibition on.
She's starting to bring a fan base now. I've noticed she has a fan base that follows her wherever she goes. So
okay.
Anyway, let me go.
She's got fans.
She's got fans before us, Peter. There's people making accounts under her name. They never did with that. They did that with Martin. There's Mankidio therapy, this and that. I haven't seen Patrick therapy, but this girl has already got in Kilster therapy. Kilster's mom, Kilster's Kilster's dog.
For the record, I've been dropping followers. People are dropping me. They're not following me no more.
Oh, no.
I've lost like 6 followers in the past week.
Nice. I say checks and balances on Kilster's view is 100% necessary. Anyway, I'll be gone now. Goodbye.
Wins tackles! Wonderful goal! It's a title winner! Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying! Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!